voice too. That's crazy. Have you ever heard Brittany Griner's interviews?
Yeah.
No,
I heard her interview. She
definitely
was like, yeah, man. So we went out there and did our thing. I was like, yo, I'm convinced that whole non-binary thing. I'm convinced.
All right. Speaking of false charges, we're gonna shift to the States. Damn, this is
NBA?
really tough
Okay.
to
Let's
learn
finish
about.
Ryan Coogler.
So yeah. Black Panther director director Ryan Coogler. He was arrested at Bank of America when he was
detained.
Sorry,
detained,
when he was accused of trying to rob the bank where the teller says that he wrote a note saying to withdraw $12,000 in cash, which is what most people do when they have a lot of money that they're withdrawing, which is normal protocol.
Right.
And they checked his ID, everything, that you're supposed to do.
And they told him
they
everything
they
came
still
Even put
profiled.
his card, his pin.
Yeah, he did his card, pin,
there.
ID, and she still decided
Which
to
is
profile
like-
it and call the police on him, and he was arrested.
He did nothing
Yeah.
hostile.
Yeah, that was definitely. I
If
watched
you,
the
if you put
video.
your if you put your card in, you give a pin and you have the number to the account.
How you gonna rob the? How you gonna rob them?
You have all my information.
The letter was specific. It didn't say give me $12,000.
Right.
It said I would like to make a $12,000 withdrawal. Please
Not-
don't count in the front. I would like to be discreet.
And he's in
Yeah.
Atlanta filming Black Panther 2 right now. That's why he's in. I just think this is gonna blow up on Bank of America's face. Like I'm considering
yeah.
pulling my
Yeah.
money out of there.
And what's funny is
All 72 of
they're
my
in
dollars.
Atlanta. I'm sure they're in
72.
Atlanta, and I don't even know what the lady looked like, but she sound black. So I'm like, why you are?
No, she
Was it a black
She
woman
was.
that
She had to be
this
black. Yeah, it's Atlanta.
So-
Atlanta,
Your own
people, sister.
Atlanta, like 80% black. So
So after reading,
I was hoping it was a white woman.
it wasn't.
No,
This
after
is-
reading a
this is-
updated report, the police report stated that because the amount's over 10,000, it alerts the bank.
For sure.
So then the teller went
Yeah.
to talk to her
But see-
supervisor, and the supervisor made the call to
was the
report. And then
supervisor.
what
Okay,
they did
I
was he
get-
had two colleagues parked outside.
Right.
They also got them too.
I get
So
protocol.
They handcuffed them
Thinking
too.
like those are his people who's
yeah,
gonna aid him
like
in
they
the robbery.
would
Yeah.
do something. Yeah.
So I learned from I was doing Twitter just to see what
Mm-hmm.
was how the temperature was in the streets, and a comedian who shared one of her former occupations was a bank teller, and
Mm-hmm.
usually what happens is people just think, oh, I go to the teller and put this request in. What you're supposed to do is go to the customer service part of the bank, and then they're the ones that issue that kind of money. The teller doesn't. Once it gets to that kind of money, the teller doesn't do that. So she should have just been doing her job and pass him over to the customer
To the
service.
customer service,
Right.
yeah.
Instead of just trying to figure out, oh, is he trying to rob the bank or whatever like that. When he says, I would like to, like you said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
nothing
note.
egregious
Yeah.
about
But-
the note, nothing
After
nothing
his
threatening
withdrawal
about the
slip.
note.
But with the
But
re-
It
yeah,
was a
you're supposed to go to the
withdrawal
customer service and they'll handle that transaction for you.
Yeah, because he's supposed to fill out a BBC form. So
Yeah.
I just
All
thought
kinds of
I
fucked
just
up.
thought it was crazy because not even just that, like he came over there, he wasn't hostile. The cops came over and asked him a question. They could have easily just asked him like, "Hey, can we have a conversation with you real quick?" The first guy, he withdrew his gun.
yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't.
Like,
armed.
why'd you already withdraw your gun? He's like, I'm not. He's like, whoa, why you withdraw? Yeah, he put his hands behind his back, did everything he was supposed to do, obviously for his life. Because at this point now, you got to fear for it.
As a
like,
Bay dude,
Yeah.
man, Coogler, I'm not a Bay
He
dude, but
sound like a Bay dude.
I know Coogler's
He sound
vibe,
like he
his
from Oakland.
mindset.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when Black Panthers 2 is done, whatever creatively he's gonna come up with is gonna be fire. Cause this is not gonna sit well in his spirit for
Oh,
a long
no.
time.
Well, he
This will be a
recently,
movie,
He said it's already been settled,
Yeah.
so they got a big ass.
some type of set to his satisfaction.
To his satisfaction. I
And
mean,
To his satisfaction.
so
they
I'm
really had to
wondering
cough
what
up some
that
dollars.
No, they got the
yeah.
budget for his movie he about to do about
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Basically, funding his
Like,
next movie.
They fund his next movie about that current
And
situation.
even if it's a loan, it's like probably at 0% interest.
What do you?
Like,
So what do you guys
0%.
think? Is this a TV
0%.
series? Is this a film? You think
That he's coming out with?
that this incident can be made into like probably what
He's more of a film
an
guy.
hour
He's
gonna
more of
be
a
a
film
film.
guy.
Film.
right. He's developing
Yeah.
television.
Yeah.
but yeah, he's mostly we know him as a film director. So you think this is like a 90-100 minute movie about a situation going to the bank for a withdrawal?
Right.
A black man.
Because like thinking like
Yeah.
the Fruitville station situation.
right. It's a very
Oh,
quick,
yeah.
effective.
You know what I'm
movie.
saying? Kind of like an effective
make
movie
a-
to. Yeah.
I feel like he has to, right? Like there's
Yeah,
no way
he's
he's
going
not going
to.
to do a movie or something on this. Something.
Yeah.
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 And even watching the TMZ when they
And at the end of it, I would put all their names on there too. The one who took the gun out, I'd have all their
Yeah.
pictures at the credits. Like,
Hilarious.
all right, they need to know.
Post the addresses.
They need to know.
Damn, it sucks. But Ryan Coogler, hold your head, man. You know,
yeah,
but
I mean,
it's-
I'm glad he's
it's-
safe
it's
though overall.
unfortunate. Yeah, no, thank God it didn't go to extremes.
When they showed the officer in the video and he was like, "Officer, look at my ID," like grab his ID, and then the officer grabbed his ID and
Ryan
it says
Coogler.
it says filming Black Panther 2. Like you could see the whole
And they're
thing. And,
ignoring
I'm
it.
And he
just
said his name
wondering,
wrong.
how do you feel like, oh, like
He said,
Yeah.
he said if you Google me,
um,
that'll tell you everything you need. And if you actually
And it's
listen,
right there, yeah.
if you can listen to the cops, I think the cop was trying to he was confused about the request of money. I think if you listen closely, he's actually trying to ask him if he can afford that.
Oh wow.
Oh,
At least
yeah,
it
you're talking
comes
about the
off
one
because he was
officer?
like,
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of. He kept trying to ask him, but they kept cutting him. I think he was gonna ask. It's just me personally. I thought he was gonna ask him how much. Can you really afford that amount? To see if nigga, do you know who I
$12,000.
I didn't
am?
play the audio. I might.
Oh, you guys,
check.
you gotta watch
But he
the
does.
videos
But
of
you
the
can just see, you
audio.
can notice the
Yeah.
cop just keeps trying to ask a question. That's what it looks like it's leading to.
And this is
Yeah.
where black people just roll their eyes because this is the shit we
Yeah,
gotta do.
Yeah.
obviously, if he's saying I'm making a withdrawal,
I'm making a
he puts his
withdrawal.
pin
And he has an
$12,000.
ID.
He put his ID,
He has-
his
he has-
pin in. Come on.
Maybe the cop should have asked the bank, does he have money in there for that? And
Yeah.
if they simply
Right.
just said yeah, then they'd be like, all right, let
They
him
can't
withdraw
release
his
that
money.
information.
Yeah.
He had one of the most successful Marvel movies.
But if there's
like-
black people working at that bank, somebody should know who Ryan Coogler is.
Yeah. And
She's-
then to top
She said
it
because
off,
he had a
said
mask
does
and
it.
glasses on, so
Right.
She didn't recognize him, but
Well,
he
then tell
said
him
he
to put the
does it
mask
all
down.
the time. So he was used to doing this. So obviously it must be that.
He does it on the regular.
Sometimes
Like
you just
on a
run into the
regular.
wrong spot,
And
man.
what's
You
funny
get
is you
your
can pull
nigga
the
wake
you
up
can pull the
call.
report. You can pull his withdrawals. You can look and be like, oh, he's made another $12,000.
Yeah, like
purchase
you can
before.
actually look through and
Yeah.
oh, okay.
That's fucked
As
up.
the great Pop Mooney was said, he got his nigga wake up call. You know,
Nigga
even
wake
if
up
somebody's
call.
militant and
No, he
as
didn't.
pro-black as
Not the
Coogler
Pop
is, man,
Mooney.
he's still learned. Hey, you still black in America, man.
It's annoying, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's not.
Hold your head though, Ryan. Hold
Your head up for real.
Man.
That's that bullshit.
So now, does that mean you're not gonna go make a withdrawal for $12,000 at the bank?
I'm definitely
Nah,
putting
man.
out my $12 for me.
I'm sorry, for $12.
$12,000, right. Everybody, if you got a Bank of America account, go take your money out, put it in another bank.
Black people, let's go to Chase. Chase ain't done shit
Right.
wrong yet.
Chase.
Hey,
Chase still good.
and I want you to revoke that woman's black card who went to the back and told her manager that he was making a big purchase, no, a big withdrawal. So he's robbing the bank.
And I just think too, like, if he's gonna rob a bank, that's really poor how he would go about it.
Yeah.
To have his
Yeah.
mask and you see his eyes, like, don't you think that if it's somebody gonna rob your bank, you think they're gonna maybe not have their face visible to you like that? Like,
Like, hey.
it's just it's pretty dumb, you know. And
He
I'm
did,
not
like,
judging.
When's the last nice robbery you seen where it was just casual? Put the money in the bag, please.
Yeah, and he wasn't even armed. It's not like he showed like he had an arm. He didn't
Just-
signal that he had like a.
It's,
I don't know.
it's just, that just shouldn't even happen, man. That's just
It just-
stupidity at its lowest.
But you know, Bank
That
of
shit is annoying
America, I don't bank with them because I had a bad
Their
experience.
hiring processes.
And it was the
The hiring
same thing with
process.
Teller having issues. And it wasn't even, it was like $500. But it was like, you know, the stuff that they do, I just think it's, you know, they need to retrain the people.
This is bad PR,
Yeah.
for sure. This is
I
horrible
don't
PR.
bank with
You
Bank
picked
of
the wrong
America 'cause I
person.
have
You picked
my
the
own
director.
You picked the most militant nigga working in Hollywood
Yeah.
Right.
to do this to. Like, he don't fuck around with that shit. He's like about the action. Like, he don't.
No.
You know.
Because
And they did
even
come-
when he spoke very respectfully, but you
Yeah.
can hear it in his voice. He's very authoritative. Like
Yeah. You don't. You know. He's
not
not.
gonna-
He's not a.
he got a settlement.
He's not a. He's not a. He's
Just to
not
keep
Definitely-
pressing.
He's
Walkover.
definitely got
Yeah.
something, yeah.
And he's still gonna make the film.
He's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
make- he's gonna make
Yeah.
you pay.
Oh yeah.
He was
And we still gonna watch it.
Get in your petty bag, Coogler. Get in your
Right.
petty bag.
He might cast the girl.
Might cast the girl.
Puts an arrow on it. This is the one that did it. Like extra number 37. That's joint. Ugh.
That's funny.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Ron Coogler, you had to go through that. Or as the officer said, Ryan Coogler.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you
you
heard
said
that
it.
too. I
Yeah.
thought you guys heard that too.
Sheesh.
I watched the whole thing. I
Ryan,
was pissed. Like I was literally watching that like. Cause I've seen scenarios like this. I witnessed something like that at Coachella. I can't give the whole story, but it was with me and a couple other folks. I can't even say their names.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
But
You
yeah,
told me.
somebody took away somebody's wristband because they tried to say his wristband was broken. Coachella, they be tripping about that stuff. And the dude just snatched it off his thing or whatever. And he's like, bro, let all these people walk by. You walked up to, there was a group of black people, walked over and really took his band off. And just like, and it was this whole ordeal. And then the cops started coming. Like, it was a lot.
Damn.
Huh?
Damn.
Yeah.
Was that the time that you saw DJ Idris?
Yeah. I wasn't with DJ Idris.
I know,
But it was the same
But I was at the
situation.
booth. I was in the
Yeah.
booth with him though. Yeah. That was the same year. Same year.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I ain't throwing nobody's name out on that one, cause yeah. That shit could have went south.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Has
man.
anybody been profiled before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
New York.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Are you a person of color? Like,
I fit the description of somebody between 3 feet and 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Black.
No, have you ever been like denied access to somewhere?
Yeah. Or followed.
I've been followed.
Yeah, I've been followed.
There's a really nice supermarket in Culver City, not too far from Marymount, Loyola
Okay.
Marymount.
Oh yeah.
And I went into that supermarket. They
in
followed me
Playa Vista.
the whole way through.
You buy now. Are they yelling that?
No, they were just watching me the whole time. You know,
I hate
the thing is
that.
that I first went and got those sesame, the Sesame Crunch, because they have the,
It's very smooth.
the
Sesame Crunch.
Sesame Crunch.
you know how they have the candy dispenser,
change.
the where you go get the candy and you put it in the bag
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they also have the Sesame Crunch, and they have the other little snacks that come in. That's in the thing. You put it in the bag yourself. Once I put that in the bag, they started following me all around the store because there's no barcode on it.
Oh,
So I
okay.
guess they assume, oh, he's a black guy. He doesn't know about paying for candy or snacks by the
doesn't
pound. So it's like he's gonna end up eating it around the store.
That's what I was wondering. Were you eating it around the
No,
store?
I
too?
wasn't.
Oh.
no.
I took it, and because I know it's a white store, I'm conscious. So I
Yeah.
took the bag.
Right.
I made sure to
so
raise my
conscious.
hand by the camera and tie it. And, as close as
That's
possible.
funny. He's
Can
really-
you imagine? He's
Could you
not
imagine in
tying
the
it?
camera like?
I
He's like-
always do
You did
that.
the bow tie?
Tied it.
Which way?
Tied
Which
it
tie
up.
you did? The
I
bow-
did,
the
the
pinky?
knot, the
Double
regular
swoop?
knot.
Double
But
Regular?
I always do that in white stores because I used, when I was 15, I worked at a supermarket, and
Yeah.
I remember them talking about that. So I always make sure that the cameras on the ceiling. I always make sure when I'm in that section, I put the candy in the bag and I tie it. I tie it as close as possible to the camera and put it in the shopping cart.
That's
I
crazy.
didn't touch
That's crazy
the thing.
that we have to even keep that
That's-
Have to
mindset when we go
do-
into a store.
That's
have
how.
to do stuff. Yeah.
Because here's the thing: at the end of the day, if you don't tie it, they can accuse you, and then when you get to the register, they can say the bag was open.
That's the
And-
kind
Oh,
of that's
yeah.
the
And
kind of
for
traumatic
sure,
stuff we
when
got.
you got brown skin like me, you definitely ate from the candy bag. You know what I mean?
You
So-
definitely ate from it, even when it's
You ate
sealed.
from it. I
Like,
know.
Somehow through the process of
Double-sided.
osmosis.
Just dropping some of these microaggressions that we got to deal with.
Man.
But they followed me
Man.
until checkout, and I
Hurry
felt
up and
it.
buy.
I felt
Yeah.
I
it.
actually had that said to me.
I had that.
Yes.
A Korean tell you hurry up and buy.
Yes, 114th Street and Pacific Avenue, the food mart I used to go to. I used to get a surprise bag and hamburger gummies, and she was like, "Hurry up and buy." I remember it to this day.
Did you also? Did you also get a? I feel sorry for your mother.
I didn't get that, otherwise I'd have shot her and started hitting that move. But like, just playing. But
Give me the fucking videotape.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Menace to Society.
man, but yeah, that stuff's
Dang.
crazy. And like now, it's funny because like my fiance, she'll go to like stores and she'll grab a drink and maybe drink it as she walking to something. I'm always like, and she's like, "Why are you so on edge?" I'm like, "You don't understand." Like,
no.
You don't know.
You never had a target.
I'm about
on
to
your
say,
back
yeah,
like
because
that.
it's different, especially like where I grew up. Like, it's different. How
They don't
like,
want us opening nothing in the store until it's paid.
not
for.
opening nothing. And I don't even feel like
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable coming out the store without buying anything. If I
Yeah.
don't buy at least one thing, I know they're looking for me.
You know?
So I'm like, let me a soda or
Like, where
something.
you
Like
at?
I just have to leave the store with something.
And I always leave with the receipt held high,
Right.
especially stores like
Hilarious.
that. You know what I mean?
What's funny is I do
Yeah.
that too. When I walk out, I hold all my bags and I have the receipt like
See,
this.
You know?
Like you're walking out of Costco or something. I gotta.
See the shit that we
Get
gotta
out.
go through, America.
Because sometimes, you don't have time to get tackled. You don't have time for a cop to come bother you,
Nah.
know? On a day I have time, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll put it in my pocket and then walk out.
That'd be the one day you get manhandled.
like just
When I have
waiting.
time to prepare for a lawsuit,
Officer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look in my back pocket.
It's in my pocket.
Look in my back pocket.
Why you don't believe me?
Oh, you don't believe me.
Just look at the back. It's there.
Then it'll be in the police report. Well, he said that he had Cocoa Puffs, and we noticed Apple Jacks in the bag. That wasn't on the receipt.
You know?
It's like-
Exactly.
I didn't ring this stuff out. It was the cashier that rung it out, you know?
right.
Oh,
You didn't pull me
man.
out of self checkout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Yeah, I've had stuff like that happen to me at some of the Asian stores. Like they'll just pop up and be like, can I help you?
Man.
But they don't say you buy now, but can I help you? Can I help you? Like every 5 seconds, and you're like,
Legit story.
okay.
When I was what year was it? I want to say it was my sophomore year of college. I came home to visit. My first college was 2 hours from home. I came home one day and I was kicking it like in my neighborhood. It was maybe literally not even that far, maybe 10 blocks from my house. One of my partners was having a party. I said, cool, slid through, have fun. There was some beef at the party. A couple people got into it, whatever. Shit happens. And then it went outside. Then it started getting escalated. Then somebody started popping off. So I was
Oh,
like, oh
wow.
shit, somebody pulled the heat out. Okay, you know, it's time to it's time to get up out of here, obviously. So somebody started shooting one thing. One person I think got hit. And then I saw, this is a funny part of the story, but not the point. But I'm running to my car, and the guy in front of me is running too. I'm thinking he's running like to get away like everybody else. His car was next to mine, and I'm like, whew. And he went in his trunk and turned around. I said, oh shit! like, so I had to run around my car. I couldn't even get in my car. I had to run around and get down. And then so I'm like, oh shit, I'm looking at, oh boy, he's hurt or whatever. This other guy. So I called the police. I was like, fuck this is life.
Yeah.
I called the police. While I called the police, they showed up. The people who were shooting kind of bounced. There was one dude who was hurt, and I was like, is he cool? And then the cops came, and I was like, hey, officer, I'm glad you're here. He said, get on the wall. I said, I'm on the phone with y'all.
Yeah.
He took my phone from me and put me on the wall. Huh?
He
said-
thought he was being a good Samaritan.
And this is no
Oh,
bullshit. I was
damn.
like,
When being a good
and I'm
man
talking
goes
to him.
wrong.
I'm
Yeah.
like giving him like my ID. I'm like, look, I'm talking to you. I'm the one that called you. I'm sure somebody else called too, but I'm on the phone with y'all. Like,
Yeah.
stuff's happening. I ain't
Dang.
got no weapons on me. Like,
Yeah, that puts all your faith in the cops.
it's
just
like I'm
Yeah.
calling you to
away.
get help, and you might hurt me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
For real.
And that's what happens. That's sad that
That's so
happens.
crazy.
can't deal with it.
I
That's
think
fine.
we're a long way from change, aren't we?
That's what I'm saying. When you thought gas, hey, and white folks, you think gas prices are bad? There's more shit out there.
Man.
There's more shit out
shit.
there. Try walking around
Exactly.
Whole Foods
Right.
in
Whole
peace.
Foods.
There should be an experiment. They should,
Mm-hmm.
get makeup, get brown makeup on,
Mm-hmm.
and live the life for a month or so. A week
I
won't
know.
do it.
I was
Oh,
like,
we gonna do
folks
it.
want to be black
Yeah.
so bad with the culture and be so in tune until shit pop off, and they're
Yeah.
like, you know what, I'm gonna go back to the suburb.
Yeah.
Do it. Get it done.
And then you could go opposite and
Yeah.
get your blue eyes
I'm
and
ready.
Your, and your white
I'm ready.
makeup.
Blue eyes, blonde hair. Make me
Did
white.
that,
Maybe.
Eddie
remember
Murphy.
Eddie Murphy did it, but
That's good.
Snoop Dogg had this character called Todd.
Yeah.
He used to do it on social media, be like, hi, I'm Todd. He had the white face.
I'm ready.
Can you imagine?
Because I'm about to come about $650 million rich. Because if you mean that you just need to have a little bit of white skin to go ask
Let's get back
for
to
millions
this.
of dollars,
Right.
I'm in.
650 million. He'll have 4 movies made by the time
He
they
gonna
figure
be-
out
oh,
he
yeah.
swindled them.
Yup. By the time they figure out it was off cam ed, it'll be too late. I'll be
Blue
gone.
eye contacts
funny.
come out.
I'll be gone.
Think I'm like, do you have a picture of the suspect? He always off cam, officer. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know what it looks like.
I don't know. what
But
he
I
looks
know
like.
he had white skin.
But I know he had white skin
At the time.
at the time. I was like, I heard Michael Jackson went the opposite. They have a new thing where people are actually getting darker.
You know?
The more melanin, the better they can stand in the sun.
That would be
Yo,
funny to see Ed do that.
That's some wild, man.
We need to see
Yeah,
that
get me a
happen.
makeup
I need to see that
But
happen.
we can go to, what you call it, Staples Center. What is that little...
You mean
Crypto.com.
crypto.com?
Crypto.com?
Yeah.
Crypto.com.
Go to that little area where people commune all the
What else
time.
can we lose?
Get a nice little suit and a tie and say, hey, I'm making a movie.
Test it out.
What's it about? I don't know.
I don't
He
know.
said, I don't know.
I don't know, but I know you have it. So,
Right. I know you have it.
He's
I'm
gonna
not,
come
I'm
in
not
there.
selling bean pies.
you know?
He's gonna be like, I'm a director, and
Yeah,
Yada,
the
yada,
typical
yada.
Hollywood
Yeah.
spiel. I'm a director, writer, singer, actor, part-time handstand assistant. Like,
Handstand assistant.
handstand assistant. That's funny.
Let me get your mom, and I'll be like, let me get your mom's number, your mother's number. Does she have more money? You know?
Your mom.
man, I can't. Let's
I
get into
can't with
something.
you,
Let's get into
yeah.
something more positive. Let's get into
Yeah.
some good stuff. Some shows. Let's talk about some shows.
Yeah, let's switch to that.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah,
We can jump into some shows and then we'll
Yeah.
get into the funny in a little
my
bit.
little
but
updates.
Yeah. yeah. I want to talk about something.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's talk about something good.
Anybody
Batman,
caught
Don't
saw
tell me a
Batman.
show about slavery.
Oh, anybody
Did you
caught
guys-
Snowfall?
Oh.
Well, I was saving that for my was good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We can wait for that.
Did you guys watch Batman or no?
Yes.
I haven't
Did you
seen
watch
it
it?
yet.
Yes.
Okay. You
I haven't
seen
seen it yet. No, not yet.
We won't go into details, but we can.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I don't mind. I
You
was
can
in.
go into it without details.
It was good. To me,
Yeah.
it was really good.
I thought it was good. We also.
Oh, so we're doing this now?
I don't know.
You saw
I mean,
it?
we could.
Yeah, this-
I don't think I'm gonna go see it.
Why?
Why?
Cause if it's not the old Batman, I'm not about this. I don't like the whole changing it and everything. I like Zoe Kravitz, but I'm probably not gonna see it.
You're making a big mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
is
might
that
like.
good?
You might
Okay,
like.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll say this. Well,
Yeah.
okay, we're talking about it. Whatever.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen a Batman movie where he spends the majority of the movie in the bat suit.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He's
Legit,
Batman.
legit.
For,
He's like
he's
Batman
95%
for
of the
real.
film, he's in the bat suit doing stuff, being Batman in the Gotham.
Yeah.
He's Bruce
Who he's
Wayne,
supposed
maybe
to be.
like a couple of scenes, but the runtime, the total time, way more Batman than you've ever seen in any Batman film.
Anything.
Was he
Yeah.
fighting crime or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
absolutely.
else would he be
Yeah.
doing?
He's smashing hoes.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
fighting
he
crime.
was.
No,
kinda.
in the other ones he'd be out talking to like the
No,
commissioner.
well, he's investigating. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing what
they
Batman does.
He's doing exactly.
They focused this Batman. Matt Reeves pulled from the detective comics, where Batman is really using his investigator skills because he's trying to solve like a crime. It's not just like something's bad happening. He goes and fights the bad guys. It's very
Then he
much
moves to
like
the next.
he's trying to track a serial killer, which is the Riddler.
Okay.
And the clues and everything like that. But you see him really trying to investigate and put pieces together, and he's got to go through a bunch of different characters in the Gotham world and the bosses and stuff like that. But he's in the suit. Like a majority of the film,
Yeah.
it is long. It's 3 hours,
It's a
but
3
it's
hours,
not
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
damn. This is like taking too long. It's just
No,
like
it's
you
smooth.
feel it. It's like okay, it's
Yeah.
a little long, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Zoe
Yeah.
Kravitz, beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to go just to look at her, she's in the movie a lot.
She did her thing.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
she
yeah,
was a good
she's there a
Catwoman.
lot.
Good Catwoman.
Yeah, I liked her.
opinion.
I liked her.
She's in half of it.
She was in
No,
a
she's
lot.
a main character.
Yeah.
Oh, she's the main.
She's not the main, but
Like,
she, you
what
know,
is the
She's
main?
not
She's
Batman.
not
It's
Batman,
It's
like,
not.
right.
It's not Catwoman.
Catwoman.
But she's
Yeah.
She's like the supporting.
She's
Yeah.
she's in the film a lot. It's not like she's not a cameo. She's like
female
In
lead.
there.
I give her a female lead
Female
supporting.
yeah, female lead. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
And and Jeffrey Wright, he did such.
He
a
was a good job. He was a
phenomenal
good Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin
Colin Farrell
Colin
was the-
Farrell was good. Was the Penguin.
Andy Serkis was
Oh,
in
yeah?
it too.
Paul Dano is the Riddler. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
familiar with Paul Dano. You know, he was a good better. I love Batman Forever as a kid, nostalgic. You know,
That
with Jim
was
Carrey
funny.
was zany, but
And
he's a
Tommy
better
Lee Jones.
Riddler than Jim Carrey's Riddler. Like in terms of just
Yeah.
villainy, like really like.
Yeah, it was different.
he's like a
though.
villain.
It's mad different though.
It's
He's
way
like a
different.
villain.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Riddler was like a goofball
He
who
was
was just fucking shit
cartoony.
up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was just Batman Forever is so cartoony when you think
Yeah.
about it now. But like this one, he's like legitimately like fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
you
he
see in
crazy.
Batman not Batman ain't
He's-
just beating everybody's ass and coming out clean. Like he's definitely getting his ass
Oh, yeah.
handed to him.
Yeah.
Because this is Batman. And he's 2 years into his Batman journey, so it's
They
not
made
an
it
origin
realistic.
story. It's not him old. It's him a young Batman.
yeah.
And Robert Pattinson, I gotta give him props.
We had to give him props.
That's my
'cause people
man.
were concerned.
The
People-
fights were great. Good fighting.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was interesting. He's not as tech savvy, but he uses his brain a lot.
Yeah.
His smarts. It's because
His
it's like
smarts,
it's
the
seen
way he can
before he's
analyze
like
things.
fully. He's
Yeah.
not in his prime, and he has equipment, but it's not like Batman has all the toys. He has
He had some
stuff.
good toys.
He has
though.
some
I
good
mean, there
ones.
He
was
has some good
actually
tools, but
cool
you've seen other movies where he was like,
Yeah.
here this, he's
Like-
got that there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It was kinda
Like
cool,
when Batfleck
some of the stuff.
or Christian Bale ones, he had a bunch
Yeah.
of gadgets.
Yeah.
He had every
I like
gadget.
that.
He had every gadget damn
Yeah.
near. He had
Yeah.
military, whatever
This one
equipment.
was-
Military
Right.
lasers.
But this one is
tasers.
really good, man. It's like detective, noir, thriller. It's action.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really good, man. I think you should definitely watch it.
Yeah,
I might go see. I go see it again for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I
I
can
would.
sit
It's,
in it.
it's solid. It's solid.
But then again, I'm a Robert Pattinson fan. So
You are.
Yeah.
She was
oh,
saying
yeah.
that
So
all
you
the
were
time.
you were
I've been
really
telling everybody,
you were
I'm like,
you were
he's
singing
gonna
his
do it.
praises
He's
when
gonna
they
do
announced
this.
that he was casted.
Yeah, I
We
was
all saw it
excited.
together.
And he signed up for 3 films.
Yeah.
There's gonna be 2
Wow.
spin-offs, but
Yes.
he's invested in
Way to
being
get your
Batman.
coin, boy.
They're gonna
Yes.
build another
You got
kind of
that
universe
Twilight now
within
Batman?
that Batman.
Way to get your coin.
Yeah, he has ideas. He wants to really like do cool stuff with Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves,
He did a great job on his video.
and he's a
man.
fan of the
did.
comics, and I think that's where you got kind of see it. Where a lot of people had issues, and he wanted to kind of
Right.
take his ideas,
His own
and he
story.
took from classic shit, but he really put Snyder shit in it. But you see Matt Reeves, he showed a very faithfulness to the comics. The storylines were they said they pulled over from Hush and The Long Halloween.
Okay.
Those were the 2 like main ones that they kind of use as inspiration. It's
was
good,
good.
man. It's really good.
A lot of special
Definitely.
effects, or no? It's more.
It's not special effect. Batman's never been special effect heavy, but like
Yeah, like there wasn't like
it
no
wasn't
crazy
really-
CGI.
I mean,
like, it was solid
not
fight.
CGI,
Yeah.
but good,
Yeah.
good like
Good
explosions
fighting,
and
good
shit.
choreography. Yeah.
Yeah.
Explosion.
Did you see 3D or did you see?
I just did regular.
Right,
Did you see
okay.
3D?
No.
We did it regular.
Made it
We did
different.
regular,
Y'all went
yeah.
together.
Yeah, me,
Yeah.
her, and Kim. We all.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it was worth it, man.
I enjoyed it.
Oh,
It was good.
Yeah, like for a 3-hour film, I enjoyed it. Like it didn't bother me too much. Like I always saw that on my Facebook that they were like, "Oh, it's long, it's long." And I was like, "It's you could feel it that it's 3
mean-
hours, but it's not like bad 3 hours. I could watch it."
Yeah, people like it's long. You
Yeah.
didn't complain when you went to go see Endgame, which was longer. Like,
Right, but the
Oh, yeah, you're
difference is it's like like Endgame is a culmination of 10 years,
Yeah,
a bunch
that
of
was
movies, and a
kinda-
bunch of
Right.
characters.
Yeah.
Batman is just one character, and
But Batman,
they're
Yeah.
trying to build a universe. Like they're
Yeah.
trying to like show you.
I feel like
everything,
Batman
Yeah.
is the one outside of maybe
I could
like
watch it, though.
besides like maybe Spider-Man where everybody's like, I gotta go see this.
You could
single
watch
person.
Batman for 3 hours. Like I don't think
Yeah.
I could do that for a lot of other DC characters. Like not
I could do it
Yeah.
for Spider-Man. I mean, for
Spider-Man, Marvel.
Superman.
Superman.
Superman
is
He's
like-
so
I
corny.
love
Superman,
like I
so
Superman's so
love,
corny,
I
man.
love
do
what
it.
Superman can do from a power perspective.
But
But
his
name
films-
one movie that he was just like, "Yo, Superman was
The
dope."
Superman Returns
Like,
film was almost
Man
3
of
hours, and that
Steel?
was way too long.
Superman Returns. What was the other one?
Man of Steel
Man
was
of
cool.
Steel. I like Man of Steel.
I like Man of Steel.
I like
Returns
the
is trash, I'm
original
sorry.
Supermans with
With,
Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeves.
I mean,
Yeah.
those
But
are
they
solid.
weren't 3
Those are
hours.
like-
though.
No,
those
those
are
are
They
good
were-
hours.
they
Those
were
are like
3
classics
hours,
you
but-
watch, but
They were like under 2.
They were good.
I like the darkness of a Batman. Like Batman guy, it's like he's mysterious. He's got stuff going
Yeah.
on. Like
He's
my
rich.
thing is Superman. You can go hit
Dark
the person
Knight.
in the head as long as they ain't kryptonite.
It's
you
hard to
cool.
make. That's why Superman's always
Yeah.
hard to make interesting. Like it
Yeah.
worked. It
Yeah.
worked in 1978 because it was like you had never seen it before, and then, you know,
Yeah.
obviously you watch it now, it looks dated, but at the time it's cool. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I think cinematically, visually, the way you can do films around other heroes,
It's hard to put a story around that.
it makes it tough because if you get a guy who can do everything, it's like, well, then how do we make this a challenge?
How do you even fight him? Like,
Well, I
outside
mean,
of the
they did a good
kryptonite,
job in
yeah.
Man of Steel because they put other people from his
Yeah, right,
planet,
right.
so
Yeah.
he fought adversarial people.
Yeah.
But the problem is they keep trying to just make him fight Lex Luthor every film, and it's like, yo,
Right.
we've seen Lex Luthor like
Yeah.
over 4 times. We know he's a brain. He uses his brain. He thinks he has resources, and he's probably going to use kryptonite. It's like
Right.
it's too predictable. You
Yeah.
gotta. You know
what's
match
coming.
bronze with bronze sometimes. Or you
Yeah.
have 2 villains. You have a brain villain and you have a guy who's going to go
muscle.
toe to toe.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, it kind of worked in Batman
Like
vs.
Batman.
Superman. A lot of people are not fans
like
of
that
Batman
one.
vs. Superman.
I like
I
it.
love the BVS, the 3-hour cut, that
Yeah.
extended cut. But I know that's not everybody's favorite
blame the writing on
Superman
that,
film.
but
And
Yeah.
it's tough to get a Superman film. I think if they do one, they just shouldn't have Lex. It should be like go against Brainiac and
You
maybe
got to
some
mix
other
it up.
villain.
You got to find enough.
He has
villain for
he
him.
has a
Like
great
different
rogues
stuff.
gallery.
Yeah.
Like you just, why do you do Lex every film?
Because everybody's waiting for that. Oh, Lex Luthor again. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
Lex Luthor again.
Yeah, but go
Yeah.
see Batman, man. We'll
Definitely go see
we could try to coordinate. You know,
Yeah.
we can go see it. It's
I'll
worth
try and
it.
see it in
It's
like
worth
IMAX.
it, man.
Yeah.
Batman, the
Yeah.
Batman is really good.
Yeah.
Y'all would y'all rank this Batman? Where would y'all rank it? Because
Like
we
what?
have a good amount of Batmans
10 out
now.
of 10 or
It's-
something?
You mean
Or-
rated
Giving
like
it
in
a 10?
comparison to the other
Like
films?
one
or
to
like
Yeah,
five?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
one
Is
through
it in
10
your top
or-
5?
It's-
Your top 3?
It still doesn't top the Dark Knight.
Dark
the
Knight is
second
still
one.
your favorite one.
Oh.
I'm gonna watch the Dark Knight just to see if I like it more.
I gotta
kinda
watch
like
it.
this
Oh,
more.
that was a good
Did
one.
you-
just
The
off
Dark
just
Knight.
off emotion instant. Just when I got out of the
You
theater,
want the Joker specifically.
I have issues with that Dark Knight one though.
Okay.
I loved it. It's
With-
amazing, but I gotta watch
with
it
the
again.
storyline.
I gotta watch it again to see if it. Yeah, because the
Okay.
flaws, some of the flaw. You know what
If
I
you're
mean?
a comic book junkie, there may be things in there where you're like, boom,
Right.
which
Yeah.
makes perfect sense.
But it's a great fucking.
But when you talk about
movie.
like a movie,
It's
just a movie, yeah,
it's
crazy.
amazing.
And I'm still like, I'm a fan of the Jack Nicholson. Like, I'm a fan of that.
The original
Batman.
one,
Yeah.
I just listened to a podcast where
good
they covered
too.
the original Batman,
Yeah.
and you know that's the thing. It's like, well, it's the original. And the podcast, The Rewatchables, does a really good job in giving you like a great history, a great background context. That movie, the first Batman, Michael Keaton,
Yeah.
it started the whole superhero revolution.
Yeah.
Like Superman, the first 2 were successful, but then the other 2 were so bad, and it
Yeah.
kind of like was whatever. And they weren't taking chances on comic book films. But after the Batman, because of the way they marketed the film and how successful it was, and the
Good
star power,
actors,
and how
yeah.
they set up the whole thing, it really was the first of that superhero wave that is still going
That
on to this
pushed
day.
it.
Yeah, because it made like
And even
400
in-
million. It was
Yeah.
toys, it was merchandise, it was people hyped
I
to go
had
to
the
the
toys.
theaters.
Yeah.
You know, it was a lot. It was a lot of factors.
They got a ride.
I
in
remember that.
Yeah,
Magic
the
Mountain.
Batmobile thing
Man.
that was huge. So it
I remember I
the
had
Batmobile-
that
Oh, yeah.
Batman. It was straight. The arms didn't move, and the cape actually came off.
Yeah.
Like,
They also had the series. Also, remember there was the series
Yeah, that came out a couple years
Yeah.
later. The
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
animated series, and
animated
it's
series.
that's what they said too. A lot of people feel like this Batman is very similar to animated
To the
series
animated
Batman.
one?
Not the animated one.
Which
the
one?
the
some of
the
those
real
were
one,
fire.
like where they actually shot with where they would wear the tights. You ever watch that?
Oh,
You
like
talking about
the
live
ones were
action?
gray?
With Adam West?
Pow! That all.
Yeah.
all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
old.
yeah. I mean, that's
That
We're
one
talking about like
television.
the
I'm talking about
movie-
the-
we're talking
Oh,
about like
movie.
the box office.
Yeah.
box office.
Yeah, but I'm saying there was
Yeah.
great already interest in it because if they had a series,
No, in the history, they were going through directors. They had different Batmans, and it was because the Supermans weren't working well. They just wanted to show. Warner Brothers didn't want to try to do a superhero film because they didn't think it could be successful.
Right.
So it took a long time to make it prove that hey, superheroes are the wave. But then that was also the start of like IP. and commercial and franchising, and then their studios shifting and thinking of, oh, maybe if
Superman
we
was
figure out.
almost too clean.
Yeah.
I mean,
feel like-
yeah, but just in general, like from a marketing standpoint,
Yeah.
like we can really make millions and millions of dollars off these superhero films if they're done right. And
Yeah.
Batman
Yeah.
has always pretty much delivered, whether you like the Batman in the suit or not. They're always able to sell toys to the kids. They're always
Absolutely.
able to sell T-shirts, merch,
I told you.
and
Batman and
always drive
Spider-Man.
hype. It always drives hype.
Yeah.
Those two always do well
Yeah.
in the box. Batman
It was
and
good.
Spider-Man. This is kind of it touching on the superhero topic. It's kind of a funny thing, but there was a time when I was in college. I don't know if this was a country thing or if it was just in my city, but people were putting on suits and wearing these super suits. It was like around the Kick-Ass time when Kick-Ass came out. People were really doing that shit. Did you guys witness that? Any of you guys like in New York, Phoenix?
No,
Say
only
it
with
again?
Comic Con.
Wait, that you were just walking around with the suit?
No, people were doing that shit.
You were.
Nah,
Well,
not on
okay,
Halloween, not on
William, what
Halloween.
suit
Not
did
on
you wear,
Halloween.
William?
When the movie was coming out, when the movies are coming out, just
Because
randomly.
like after
Just
it's like after
randomly wearing them?
Kick-Ass came out, like it
Oh,
became
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
Oh
trend.
yeah.
Oh, the
Will
vigilante,
is
the
from a
vigilante
place
thing.
where
Right.
they
Okay.
had a superhero.
Really?
Yes,
I
his
know
name was
about Phoenix Jones.
Yes,
I already
Phoenix
know about
Jones.
Phoenix
Yes,
Jones.
Wait.
we had a
Seattle had a
vigilante.
superhero.
Seattle had a vigilante.
Yes.
Yeah. with a cow prodder. He was
Bro,
going
I'll pull up a picture of it.
Wait.
Oh, hold on.
Look up Phoenix
Wait.
Jones.
Wait. So my mind is
Jones.
fucking blown right now. This
Yeah,
is
That's what I'm saying.
I
we're on
didn't
our
know
digital
about this.
history. Shut the
Okay.
breaks down.
I'll give you a breakdown.
So you're telling me
Wait, hold on.
in the 90s
No, this was like
this was in like
2000.
2000s. I'm in college.
you're in college.
Yeah.
So there is reports about a guy who claims to be Phoenix Jones. How did he dress? How did he dress up?
What's funny is at first he had a regular thing, and then out of nowhere he had a full-on suit.
He had like one of those.
There you go. That
Fight crime?
what's
Yes.
crazy is he's actually a mixed martial arts fighter.
Yeah,
So
UFC.
he actually was fucking people up.
Really?
And he had a cow prodder.
How long
Yeah.
was he protecting?
He had an electric
What's the
cow
area?
I saw him a lot in Belltown, which is like
You see him?
Yes.
Yeah, he was around. He was
patrolling
out in
the streets.
No, he would patrol. Like, what's funny
He
is
had a
like,
motorcycle?
and it's like his timing was impeccable because he came when like stuff was getting rowdy.
Yeah.
Oh
and,
my
and-
God.
and after a while, he got a group. But let's go into
The
so, like,
Rain City Crew.
the
Yo,
first-
break this down. This
Okay,
is amazing.
I'm trying to.
Hold
Okay.
on.
So basically, Phoenix Jones, he kind of operates. He was like, there's a lot of crime in Belltown. So Seattle, there's like a lot of clubs over there.
Yeah.
And people hang
Lot
out
of
or whatever,
clubs,
but there's
right.
like a lot of like
music
little
scene is amazing
shootings
over
and
there.
crazy nonsense. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I guess he took the initiative to say like there's been a lot of crime in this area. So like around those times, like when the clubs are letting out, he'll pop up. But you won't see him.
Wow.
And he's
until
working overnight.
Yeah, basically,
yeah,
he worked
pretty much.
overnight, and he would only pop up when shit
Batman
would pop
hours.
off.
Batman
Yeah.
hours,
It's like, let's say you come outside, everything is going smooth, and somebody starts popping off the mouth. Nigga, fuck you, da 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 da. Out of nowhere,
Phoenix Jones.
this motherfucker will just
Oh
come
my
running,
Oh my god.
and we'll interview him like, you guys need to stop, like all this bullshit.
Oh, so he was like trying to patrol.
Oh,
He
that's
was patrolling the
hilarious.
streets.
He was patrolling.
He was patrolling the streets.
And then it got to the point where he had goons with him. Like he would run, there'd be like 5 dudes with him. They didn't dress like he did. They just were looking like
right.
the cats that was
Eventually,
rolling
they
around
did.
with the Joker.
Eventually, they
Wow.
did.
Was it so? Did he have gadgets? Did he have
Yeah,
accessories?
did he have
He had a cow product, bro.
What's that?
What's
It's like a long rod with a electric taser on the end.
Really?
Yeah.
But we were roasting one time because he was running, all his little
And a cow
goons were
product,
running
bro.
with him, and somebody's belt fell, like with all their shit. I was like, how you gonna have a loose utility belt?
Oh
See,
my
too,
God,
he
this is funny.
And did the cops they supported him or what happened? Like,
Yeah.
It was.
At
It was.
one
he got hurt.
Yeah, it was half and half. At one point,
He was a hero.
they were okay with it because he
They
was.
thought it was funny.
Yeah, 'cause citizens arrests
wow.
are allowed
Yeah.
in Washington.
Wow.
But then eventually he got a court order to stop.
Then he shut it down.
They shut it
Because
down.
there was like
down.
there was altercations and shit behind it. He was fighting folks. One time he almost got hurt. Like
Well,
They made him
if you
unmasked.
fight crime,
Wow.
you should.
They made him unmask and everything.
that's what the picture you saw. Yeah.
Show yourself to the city.
Yeah, the
he
judge
pulled
ordered
it in.
him.
Pulled-
night.
He
The
pulled
judge
it off.
ordered him to.
He looked like a black guy.
Oh,
He had like
did?
the
Wow.
And they would just
Yeah,
go
I
around
feel
and
bad he did that, man. He should have had
It was
more.
over. He had a court order. So
Batman would have never.
You know,
Batman would have never
I was fascinated with it.
succumbed
at
to
one
the
point.
system.
I know.
That's why I brought it up because I was
all
like, we had our superhero. Like
Yo,
we'd
all
always
right,
laugh.
so let me ask you this. This is real talk. I think about being a superhero sometimes. I think we all at one point felt like, yo, what if I went out and patrol the streets? But until you realize, ain't much shit going on most of the time. It's like,
Yeah.
this is why they did the superheroes for a movie. This is what movies. That's fucking hilarious. But if there was a part of LA to say, I'm gonna try to be a hero and patrol and do these types of things, what's the area you think where there's
Oh
shit
my
taking off?
gosh.
Like, what area are you really patrolling where you think that you can actually fight crime, and
Lemur
find
Park.
things to
No, this
Lemur Park?
there's a second question that has to come with that. So if
Wow.
you can patrol an area, but is your suit actually bulletproof?
Yeah,
That's what we need to know.
Right.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Wow.
if you're trying
You
to,
can do
you
Hollywood.
need to have
There's a hella
money.
crime in Hollywood.
I know.
No, what
That's
part of
I was thinking
Hollywood, though?
West Hollywood, because I be seeing drug deals go down by the Wendy's on what street?
Oh, on Sunset?
yeah.
Sunset.
The one on Sunset.
Oh, yeah.
That's
By,
right
by me.
Hey,
Yeah.
you ain't even
I
lying.
parked
Hey, you just
What's
got
going on?
Hey,
I live in a safe neighborhood.
hey, Nick, like, hey.
Nick's face
nigga.
is
I
like,
was
wait a
not
second.
buying over the.
She's talking about I pay a lot of money to where I live. Okay, it is nice and
Right.
safe.
I don't know.
Now he's gonna
For
look at the
a
Wendy's.
good place where my daughter can grow up. There's no harm. There's nothing going on around
Man,
me.
Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, they-
specifically.
Really, you think? Okay, so you think like
There
okay,
is
let's
by
say
that
like
Wendy's.
we got
Yeah,
we
you
got a
ain't
couple
lying.
million in the bank. We can invest in equipment. We can get some gadgets.
Okay.
And we are we have a bike. Maybe we have a grab hook so we can hang out on some rooftops. Well, there's no really rooftops in Hollywood. So, but like, I was thinking maybe downtown kind of feels
Downtown
that-
makes way more sense.
Oh, yeah.
to be
way
a
more
hero,
sense.
a superhero.
Yeah.
In. Like I think I would rather be a
Definitely.
superhero in the downtown because it's
Like off 7th
Yeah.
and Grand.
7th
Yeah.
and Grand Olive. You just
Yep,
buy the
Olive,
bike,
yep.
Main Street.
you know,
Yeah.
like you got the buildings.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You could hang,
Creep over. You got
creep
LA
over.
Live to show ball.
You know, you could play a little intro music like dun, 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 and jump down. Like
Right.
what's going? Like you can't do that in Hollywood. Hollywood is like,
Right.
you know, Michael Jackson.
We have
watch
Nick
out.
the Hero
We
save
got Nick
LeBron
over
James
here,
today.
y'all.
You know, like you know, you're seeing all these tourists are just here, but you think in Hollywood you could be here on patrol?
Yeah,
Hollywood, you could
drug
patrol.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that, but
I think
I
so.
more so agree with. I think downtown
think
would be the pop. Would be the
Downtown,
pop, yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
you got
The reason why I say that, you said Lamar Park, I was like, this man will get killed.
he's getting killed.
And like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
because
he was
they're
already
not,
starting.
they're not gonna
It'd be
hesitate.
called Phoenix
They're not,
Underground.
if you
He
go
gonna
up on
pull out
if you run up on
the
somebody's
thing.
street with just suit on, you getting popped.
Yeah.
Like, man,
Yeah.
ain't no.
He will
It could
definitely.
be it could be my own sibling. I
Yeah.
can forget they them and pop them.
Yeah.
I just
My own sibling.
I really be thinking about like, could there be like a hero, like could a rich hero with tech and gadgets really do it? But it's tough.
And be successful.
And be successful. I don't know if he could.
No.
You can't outrun the cops. It's too much technology.
It's too much stuff. There's
facial-
helicopters
Like a
now.
Tony Stark type.
The facial cam, yeah.
Yeah.
Like where could you have your hideout? Honestly,
Well, Phoenix Jones had his hideout at a library.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave him a.
an abandoned library.
No, it was
No, it was very open.
live
Abandoned
library.
You can come here and
library.
read. You can read books in your spare
And they
time.
gave
He made
him
in
like a
regular clothes.
secret.
Oh, really?
entrance. They let him have it. He would come out through the
He
back.
was a
one-
thing, bro.
Wow.
Like,
Yo,
And
he
was
needs
all
a
into
movie.
this.
He needs a movie, bro.
He's a book.
I'm
that
pulling
would
up.
be
I haven't
cool.
seen
Library.
these pictures in a minute, but
A
like,
library.
Citizens of Seattle. Is that how he would
Yeah,
address it?
they let him keep his outfit
look, and
there and everything.
then more started coming.
Yeah, the Rain City Crew.
She look
The
like
Rain
Raven.
City
Yo,
Crew.
how come this isn't? We should. Yo, somebody got to do a movie on
We
this.
got yeah.
Look at this. This is in the streets.
Does he have footage of him fighting? Like, there's no
We'd have to try to YouTube it, but
Okay.
My favorite one was Purple Rain, the girl who dressed in purple.
No, I just pulled her up. I just pulled her up.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
her? Yeah,
Yeah,
I pulled her up.
No,
No,
she's
she white. She's white.
So that would been a great name.
Yeah, Purple
Right.
Rain.
Right.
Man.
Right.
looking chick.
I was following
Yeah.
all of them. I
She
think
kills people and throws them in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Man.
at one point, I think it was like now 11. I was keeping up with 11 of them, and
Wow.
then he got the court order, and then he made them all.
Because it became a thing.
Why
Like
did he shut it
he
down?
did it, and then because people kept doing it, it was more and more people like,
He
I'm
was
gonna be like
inspiring.
them.
He was inspiring a city of heroes.
and they were. It was really. It was
Taking off.
It was taking off. Like it was
fun.
becoming diverse. Like it was.
It was,
this
getting,
is
it was
funny.
getting out of hand.
Yo, there was a bunch of
Oh my
different types
God.
of characters, and they were out whooping ass. They
Yeah.
were fucking out beating the shit out of people.
Ed was all.
I be thinking
into
about
it.
how sore you'd be though after fighting crime like night after night, like your body
With a
takes
suit
toll.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the only thing I didn't like about Phoenix Jones. Like I saw him
He could actually fight
because
though,
I was
like,
following the
he's
videos for a while, and I was showing my friends, and the last one I saw when I stopped watching was because his suit was getting a bit old now.
He had no money for a new
He didn't have that.
Yeah.
He didn't have that Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GoFundMe couldn't get crowdfunding.
Yeah.
He had these cargo pants on, and his ankles were exposed, and I was like, Phoenix, man, you got your ankles
Fucking-
exposed.
You put no lotion on shit.
Right.
Come on, you can't come out the house.
Right.
Cold outside.
Ashy
is insane,
ankle.
man.
Come on,
He
nigga.
gets cold in Washington. Like, yeah.
Cold as fucking white. You ain't got no.
His
You can't be a
ankles were all
black
exposed
superhero.
with like white white socks, like white ankle socks. I was like, oh man.
Black socks, man.
Well, he just gave up.
You know what's funny about
That's
this?
Budget
funny.
runs out
Nah.
the socks, doesn't it?
This is why a black man can never be a superhero.
We don't come out all the way correct.
The black community is gonna pick apart the
I'm sorry, I had to.
Look at this.
I had to.
the city.
And we gonna look at his shoes. Nigga, you fighting the ducks? What you
Right,
doing?
right.
I
Nigga,
had
you
to.
How
gonna
you
get them
gonna
creased
run like
up.
that?
Socks.
Go get some boots,
Right.
man. Go get
You
know.
gotta
you
have
gonna
fight
run?
boots,
Man.
combat boots for
Yeah.
sure.
You gotta have the combat boots.
Yo, they was really hot in the Batman too. They was really
Nigga, did
showing
you
the
just
boots.
crease them Air Forces? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, in the Batman, you can see his boots, like his fight boots, constantly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But all right, let's that's
my
enough for
God, that's
superheroes,
funny.
man.
I just wanted to touch on that because we were
No,
talking about Batman.
thank you for giving.
Yes.
That is
the
also
history.
the funniest
I
thing.
never
did
knew
not
about
know.
that.
I never
Phoenix
knew about
Jones.
that
I didn't know if this
either.
was like a
He
universal thing.
deserves
or-
a YouTube
Phoenix
series,
Jones.
a web series or something.
Right.
He's got to create, because that is.
That's a
hilarious.
story that needs to be told.
He's
Purple
a
Rain.
fighter. He's
He's a
He
fighter.
transitioned into
Like I said,
fighting.
he's a mixed martial artist.
he was always
he?
doing it actually. It's,
No, he,
and
he,
that's
he
how
was
so
a,
he was
he was a
moonlighting.
fighter before, and then he put the suit on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And somebody actually
That's
tried.
actually kind of cool. That actually sets up your movie because you fight.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
I thought it was cool because
That
like
would be a
not
good
every
little
time, but
script,
somebody
too.
did try him and was like, "Oh, this motherfucker in the suit," and he actually whooped their
He
ass.
whooped it.
Yeah,
He whooped
whooped
it
their
So is that
ass.
what he's doing now? Is he's fighting?
I don't
Or
know
was he
what
doing
Phoenix
now?
Jones
Any
This is
update?
over like 15 years ago, right?
Oh, no,
He was
that's
Any
28,
update?
10 years ago. He probably like he might be like 40 now.
Yeah,
Like,
he won a few matches, but he wasn't
Like
the best.
An amazing guy.
He wasn't the
trained
best
as a
fighter.
he was
trainee.
still like he could fight. Like
He could
you
fight.
ain't just gonna run up on him at
He
all.
won a few
Yeah.
matches. I watched some
Yeah.
of his matches. He won, but it wasn't Brazilian. He wasn't like
Yeah,
well-versed in
He
Brazilian
wasn't like
jiu-jitsu.
all
Yeah.
world UFC.
He
He
knew
just
a
he
little
could do it.
something.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that's amazing.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is great. I enjoyed.
I
learning about
never
this guy.
even knew. Yeah.
That's why I
It is
asked. I was like,
dope.
I didn't know if this was a thing, but yeah. So touching
Somebody
up.
got to patrol
That is
downtown
so
LA, man.
funny.
We need a hero downtown
That's
LA.
funny.
I would.
Be
I work
careful.
in downtown LA right now, man. We need some help, man. There's a motherfucker who be coming in,
Phoenix-
who be calling in on the intercoms.
Yeah.
Trying to come in and say, hey man, call the United Nations. It's like.
Call the United Nations.
So we have some of these apartment buildings. They don't have locks on the door. They can just
Yeah.
come in
Yeah.
and they just be fucking shit up. But now you don't have to beat up. But I'm sure there's some crime going down where you could fight some mobsters.
You could, because I work at the Mayweather gym on Wilshire and Fairfax, and that Wilshire is notorious. It's not like you don't see like a ton of crackheads, but you see like homeless people walking by, and they always see the store, and they always just walk in to be like the middle of class. You'll be teaching to walk in like, yo, where Mayweather at? I
my
got some.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like people be looking for him, and then one dude came in here. He literally went off. We had to take him out. He's like, I got hands too, and started
Wow.
swinging. And we were like, yo.
Yeah,
That
I
would be
know
kinda
I would
scary.
be bad because my
It is
diet
scary.
would be trash. Because I'd be getting bored on patrol. Like, let me go to Wendy's real quick. Ain't
Well,
shit
before
about
he
to happen.
would-
I could just be chilling, drinking on Sprite. Ah, damn, I gotta
get
I
back.
gotta fight crime with chicken nuggets in my system.
That's how we would know it was you. They're interviewing you with your mask on. You're
Right,
like,
all right, greasy ass
sorry.
lips.
Wendy's.
right.
Breath smell like ranch and barbecue sauce.
Right. Is that the new spicy chicken sandwich?
Man, that's Nick. That's Nick.
When Wendy's first came out with their spicy chicken, but anyways.
Yeah.
That shit
Hey,
was
you got some confessions on your mind?
Yeah,
Let's-
but real quick, this
Let's
just
go
came
back into
in.
some of
Sorry,
that.
I just happened to look. So, Jesse Smollett just
Smollett.
got sentenced to 150 days in jail. So they
Days?
literally are
Slap
putting
on the
him
wrist.
in
Oh, yeah.
jail. Like
Almost
he's
6
going
months.
to the county.
Oh,
jail
he's
for
just not
100
probation or anything?
No, he's
No
getting
disrespect,
30
but he don't
months
like that
of
shit.
felony probation, including 150 days in the county jail. He got denied a request to suspend his sentence, so he was ordered to be placed in custody immediately, pay $120,000 in restitution. And I guess
can
when
do
they
that.
took
His sister gonna
him,
give him a loan.
when they took
Right.
him, he yelled
might have it.
at the sheriff's deputies, I am innocent. I could have said I was guilty a long time ago. But they let him out of the courtroom, and basically he's going to be in jail for 150 days.
Jesse, yeah.
So 5
Yeah.
months in jail. He's doing 5 months.
He's doing
Basically.
150 days and then 30 months of
Maybe less than
Probation.
that.
felony probation.
Yeah, anytime it's not a violent crime, they don't keep you in the prison.
They can't
It
keep you.
costs
And he's
too much
high profile,
money
too,
to house
so.
you in there.
So
For
he's not
150
gonna-
days?
He's not gonna get tried in
No,
jail.
it costs them money to house him in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not
So they're going to
He's not
change
going
it.
to jail.
So-
It's a
Especially
slap
the
on
type.
wrist, man. He just got
He's
the
high
probation.
profile
So
too.
it says
they have that
150
special, all
days
that, yeah.
in the county jail.
So that's just a sentence. He doesn't have to do that.
Oh, they can appeal it.
Yeah.
They
He
can
can
appeal.
probably do
He'll do a few days.
and they'll let
He
him
got
out.
off easy, man, for
You
all
think-
that bullshit.
He'll be on house
spent all this
arrest,
time
parole.
just for that shit.
And plus, if something happens to him in jail, then that's their ass.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
why.
Oh, I
it,
didn't
it
even
already
think of
costs
It's a
money to
high-profile
house
case.
somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It costs money to
Everybody-
house somebody in prison, let alone a high profile person. You
Yeah.
have to put so much into that.
I feel like this is just a big waste of time, of taxpayer money. people really had to tune
It
in
was
for
the
this
most
dumb
asinine.
trial.
Well, that's why
like,
he's paying the restitution, the 120.
That's
restitution.
100 and yeah.
I mean, why couldn't they just do that already, like in the beginning?
No,
Yeah.
he's got to go to jail. He's got to make
He's
sure.
got
he
it.
doesn't-
He's got it.
Going to
Yeah.
jail. Nick just said it.
He gonna go to jail.
says
He ain't gonna go
150
long
days.
though.
Yeah, like a day or two.
He ain't gonna go to jail.
They gotta scare him. He needs to be
No,
scared.
he's not
Yeah.
gonna, the booty warrior's not gonna.
Well,
try
no,
him.
he
I'm not
tried.
sure
They tried to. It says the
Hey, give me your
judge.
ass. All right, shit. Nigga, like,
They tried to suspend. Yeah, they tried to suspend his sentencing, but the judge denied it and said he needs to be placed in custody immediately.
Oh man.
So,
Well, he's not gonna see general population anyway.
he's not gonna.
He's not
Yeah.
gonna, so he's not gonna jail. He's gonna get
He's
off.
gonna be somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. Be.
he's not gonna come out banging like Chris
He's
Brown
lucky
did,
he
man.
didn't do that
He's
in Florida
Cause what?
or another
Florida
white,
had
you know,
different
Republican
rules.
state. They would have ate him alive, man. They would
Like he was
have,
in Illinois.
like
Yeah.
or Texas.
yeah, like Texas. They would have been like,
We got
grab that
some-
Negro and put him in jail.
Grab that Negro. We got something for him. Matter of fact, send him over to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Right? By that river.
You know.
Man,
Damn you, Juicy.
dang.
I'm annoyed.
Shouldn't have did it.
I'm
He
annoyed
shouldn't have
at
did it.
all this.
This whole thing doesn't make sense. Like you took this much time.
To orchestrate this.
He's crazy.
He
That's
claimed
Because-
he
why.
robbed by these Africans after he went to Subway. at
He
2 in the
he
morning.
tried he
Yeah.
tried to pose a hate crime because during the
Against
time when
MAGA,
everything going on,
you know,
it
with
was
the
against
whole,
MAGA.
Yeah.
Trump. It was the whole
It was
Trump.
the whole Trump
Yeah.
thing. He tried to make a scene saying like
He
people attacked
orchestrated
me.
it, yeah.
Yeah, but why? What was the
Trump
reason?
hysteria. It was just Trump
It was
hysteria.
just,
Literally.
yeah.
He
That
wanted
was-
to make a point that MAGA people
MAGAs,
were like
yeah,
racist
crazy.
and
Yeah.
that they could attack anybody they
But he
attacked
paid
him.
Because he
those
said-
guys to pretend to rob him, right?
And they weren't
Yeah.
even white.
Because he said that it
They're
was two
Nigerian.
guys with MAGA hats.
See, he should have just played insanity. And he could've-
Yeah, that's what I would have did. I would have said,
He
well,
wa-
I'm crazy.
What's funny is he probably was insane.
Yeah, I'd have been like,
I mean,
I just.
he never even should have did it. I mean,
Like
I don't want to
I
even.
shouldn't have
don't
did
even
it.
wanna-
I wish we had never brought him up.
sorry,
I
I
would've
just,
never-
sorry guys, I had just seen this. I had
outta
just
here,
seen
man.
that.
Because
Sorry,
literally, I
guys.
was like, I forgot about that whole situation.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I,
did.
I've
Ed
been waiting for
waiting.
that sentence. Put him in
Ed-
jail.
You
I've been
crazy.
waiting for that
Throw away
sentence.
the
You
keys,
want him in
like,
jail?
Yeah, you know, you're
Yeah.
making us look bad.
This
You
is
know,
horrible.
anybody that's gonna make us look bad like that, I don't care how racist Trump is. You know, I get it. If it really did happen, then you know I'd be out here protesting. But it
Yeah.
didn't happen, so
You-
you're making us
Because
look
you made us
crazy.
look so
set up this
bad.
whole
Yeah.
stunt,
Yeah.
and you
'Cause we
grabbed
was
straight
ready to
out,
fight.
and then
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
When
When-
you calling yourself gay Tupac, like get the fuck out of here.
When I first heard that, man, you don't know my blood was boiling.
For real.
What, when
you
you
know-
said gay Tupac?
No, when he said
No,
when he said two guys
no,
with MAGA hats.
what?
When he said two people attacked him.
Two people attacked him
yeah.
with MAGA hats. My blood was boiling.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think everybody went through
And
the
then
same
Yeah.
we
thing.
all
was
felt
ready-
like,
we
oh,
was ready to
shit.
jump
We
on the
were
front
ready.
lines.
Everybody was ready because we were all thinking in our head: are they attacking our,
It's over.
our gay brothers, or are they
Yeah.
attacking? And I was
Yeah.
just like,
Bad.
even though I'm not really with the LGBT like that, but I was about to go out and ride for him. I was like thinking, nah, I don't care what's going on. we need to
Yeah,
get
he has
out.
no right to do that to
Yeah.
somebody.
Exactly.
Not Jamal Lyon.
Not Jamal Lyon.
So and then as the story progressed, I think everybody felt the
It
same
gets
way.
weirder and weirder. You're
Yeah,
like,
we were
what?
like, oh no,
Nigeria,
Dang.
you hired these guys?
Yeah.
Well, even before we found out that he hired them, when
Once it got a little suspect, we were
I was
like,
ready.
oh,
when we heard that it was in Chicago, it was Chicago, right?
Yeah,
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
When we heard it was in Chicago and that he was out,
going to a Subway
To
at 2
Subway
a.m.,
to
it's
get
like, what?
to Subway
Why did
sandwich.
you order Postmates, nigga? Why?
that's
You went out-
Rich.
when
Like,
It just
Postmates?
started getting stupid.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
he-
And it was
when we-
cold. And
He
it was
went out.
cold.
He said he went out to go buy
Yeah.
some
like
food.
2 a.m. or
Yeah.
something.
right.
that's when I think everybody, especially in the black community, was like,
Tuning him out.
nah, man, are you lying?
What story are you putting together?
Yeah.
Exactly.
At
It
least,
was like, well,
at least
what?
get off
And
on
then
a
it got
reasonable
worse
story.
And worse
Yeah.
And worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just got worse.
Yeah, let's move on.
Fuck.
Why are we giving him?
Hey, with all due respect, fuck you, Juicy.
Yeah, we still love you. We still love you, but
Nah, I don't love you. Just Your,
That's
your
an-
sister's cool, but
Yeah, Journey. Yeah,
Your
Journey's
sister-
always been. She been about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was in Roll Bounce.
Yeah, I'm sorry you have a dumbass brother like that.
Right.
Basically.
I know you love him by default, but yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta love him.
and then he
he's
ride.
Man.
You know how he didn't get off the horse.
He called himself Gay Tupac.
You know, some
You can't
people
do that.
realize it and then they go recluse. They hide and they get
You
off the
can't
horse.
compare yourself to one
Yeah.
of the most influential human
Just, and then he
beings.
was just going out there on public, like he was going to clubs and trying to talk about they tried to silence me. Like he was doing a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
why are you
just
trying
like-
to? He needed you're on one of the biggest shows on TV at the time, and you really need this much attention.
And he was getting paid.
I don't even think
too,
it's an.
per
I just don't know
episode.
what the hell.
I'm just trying to figure out what it was.
What was the? I don't want to find out what the motive was. Like, who cares? Like, he's just an idiot.
Let's get to another topic on allegations and problems. We had mentioned something about Chris Brown, his allegations with the rape charges.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And then
yeah.
they came out and they were talking about
Justice
how the girl.
for Breezy.
Just
Yeah.
for Breezy.
Yo,
He aired
Yeah,
out the
man, he
video.
was
like
smart,
the-
though.
Receipts.
that's some shit I would have
Yeah.
done.
He put out the
you know?
receipts.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
some shit I would
Showed
have
the
done.
exchange. Showed that he had a history with this girl.
As a matter of fact,
Played her audio. Yep.
As a matter of fact, I've thought about this several times. If I ever became prominent, I would say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure to record everything, let them air themselves out in public, and then wait till the last minute, and then put the recording out. So
he
that was a
knew.
great chess move, Chris. I
It
loved
was.
it. It was, you know.
And
I
they
told
pulled
you
down
from the
the case down went real quick
Yeah.
after that.
Well, yeah, the lawyer.
found
The lawyer left. Her
It
lawyer.
was an easy call. She was
Yeah.
calling him up, begging him for sex.
Whoa.
And she wanted $20 million.
And she wanted $20 million, but did not want to charge him. I was like,
greedy.
that was already a
Yeah.
scream for attention.
Mm-hmm.
Greedy. Just greedy.
I want
feel bad
20
because
million.
It's like, you know, he doesn't need any more bad press in his life.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't.
Lesson
And
of the
that's
day.
why I didn't think he did it.
You
But
got
I
to
was like-
record all these. You got to record all these conversations
Right.
from now on. You know. But that was a voicemail she left.
She left it it was like in his voice notes.
Yeah, and his voice.
Like,
note.
well, he probably did. He
Oh.
probably knew some shit was gonna pop off, threw it in there, sat
Yeah.
it down, and was like,
It's a
yeah.
voice
You
note,
gotta be
yeah.
smart. You
Be
can't.
collective.
You just can't leave it to like.
I wouldn't be
oh,
surprised if he had everything
cool.
recorded in his house if he chose to.
Yeah, yeah.
He got the money. Like,
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Probably.
You have to take extra precaution. Like it's not even about being creepy. It's about like,
No.
chicks see me as a target, as a come up all
Right.
the time.
and
I
he's
still
an
need to
easy
get
target
I still
too.
need to get my nut, but you know what? I
Right.
need to protect myself.
Yeah.
in
He
the
high
process.
profile, but he has a history of being in the news for various reasons, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was an easy one. Just this time, he was like, "All right, keep doing what you're doing, baby girl.
Keep
Well,
setting his
bravo.
voice notes.
Keep
Bravo.
talking."
Good for
Yeah.
you, Chris Brown.
That was a great chess move. That
Chess
was like
move.
a what was that?
So, Chris, when we gonna dance,
Uh-huh.
battle?
A knight to what is that? Maybe rook 8-7 to knight.
Hilarious. He's
You
pulling
know?
the chess cards. Knight to E4.
Yeah.
Position. The king
Alright.
only got a couple moves to make.
Since we're on the kind of little, we'll sway away from Chris Brown, but I did want to ask you, what did you do for your birthday last
Oh.
week? What was that place at the?
I
Was it
went-
the tenants that you took you?
Yeah,
or-
I went to sensory deprivation tank, float tank.
and what is it like?
I was
What
gonna
does
say,
it
what the fuck
do?
is
What do you feel? Or
So basically, it's a salted water. It's like a big tub,
uh-huh.
and it's enclosed in a tank, and it's like salted water. So you float in it. You basically float, and it basically turns it. You know, the point is to turn off all your senses. You know, like because you deal with all your senses, sound. You know, you put earplugs in so that you don't hear anything. You're in complete darkness, and you kind of don't feel your limbs.
So you get in there with
Oh,
trunks
wow.
on, and
You can get in with trunks, a bathing
Naked?
suit. You can get it naked.
you got
Oh.
a naked or a suit.
Hell yeah, I got it naked. You crazy? You know, I didn't want to feel nothing. You know, I didn't want to feel nothing.
I figured.
I'm sorry, I was just really curious.
I
don't
went
know
in
why I asked
bucky
that.
naked, like
Bucket,
That water.
So and the girls they went two separately.
Did they
Or you
go-
went-
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody gets their own room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I recommend it.
I
You
don't
know,
know why
it's-
I'm asking these questions.
I don't know. Yeah.
no, you can't. They don't allow that. It's not some freaky
You
shit.
want to float with me, baby?
You want
You
to
gonna flow with me?
Hey.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, "That's what you do on your
I was
birthday."
like, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it was.
So how did you feel? You really like you felt
Yeah,
like
for sure.
it was
You know,
effective?
it's definitely effective. You know, it's not for everyone, but
sure not.
most
Me.
people I've talked to about it,
How long does it last?
Yeah. How long?
it's up to you. You could do an hour, 2 hours.
Wow.
I
So
don't
you're
need that.
safe.
Wow.
Your senses
it.
are all cut off, and you can last in there an hour.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
And
floating?
not remember anything.
yeah,
Like,
floating.
Wow.
No,
are you
you'll
conscious?
remember.
Oh,
But you're really just more working off of your conscious instead of your. It's like a.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's like
That's
a,
and if the
Interesting,
water's
yeah.
really warm and everything.
it's
Yeah.
lukewarm. It's body temperature, and it basically it's like a enhancement to meditation because if you're meditating, you
Give me
feel your
5
hands. You know.
I can't go in there naked.
Oh,
'cause I
that's
just feel like there'd be
interesting.
cameras from the bottom, and they just look
Nah,
at
they
it.
don't
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I recommend it if you're into meditation. It's great for
Booty
meditation.
hole.
Oh, it is. Okay. Now, how long did you end up doing it for?
I did 1 hour.
1 hour.
1 hour.
Okay.
Fuck
But I've
outta
done
here.
float tanks before for up to 3.
Oh, you have?
You have?
Yeah, yeah. In New York, there's float tank.
I ain't doing no float tanks.
You don't want to
So
try
you
it?
floated.
I mean, I'll try it. I ain't doing it for no hour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would hate to have to shit in the float tank.
Yeah.
That-
What do
that-
you,
that-
you shit in it. You're gonna pay $2,500. They make you.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
What?
really? Oh, wow.
The salt is
I'll hold what can
expensive.
float. I'll hold what can
wow.
float
Salt-
up to the
Yeah,
top.
the salt.
so they put the salt in there. You just sit in there and it just cuts off.
Yeah, it's already.
off.
Yeah, it's already. The salt's already in there. After every session, they refilter it and then add the new salts. It's expensive salt. It's not cheap salt. And they resalt it and then filter out the water, and then you the next person goes in.
That's crazy.
Now, how does it keep you from not,
Drowning,
Yeah.
because when it's a lot of salt, you're gonna float. You're not
Oh,
gonna
I
be. It's
never thought about
impossible,
that.
almost impossible to drown. You could.
I was
you-
thinking, when you swim and then you float,
No,
but
you're. It's a lot of salt.
Oh, it is?
You're,
Okay.
You're like right on the water. Even if you put your head, your head's not gonna fall in.
Oh, good.
oh, okay.
Yeah, you're gonna.
You considering it?
I would still panic.
might
That's
float tank
interesting.
it?
I
I
would
think
still
I think I probably would, yeah, because I'm
I think
into
I would. I'll
meditation.
go with some
Best
some
thing,
shorts on.
first time
I'll
you
do it. I ain't
go,
doing it
you
for
may
an hour,
want to
though.
do music, but whenever I go, it's just no sound, no music, nothing,
Oh.
and then complete darkness, and then I get into my meditation.
Well, so you're completely dark in the water.
Can you
Yeah.
tell them like, hey, I want to stop?
Yeah, you
Wow.
can turn. There's two buttons that you could reach out.
Uh-huh.
You ain't got no
Either turn
senses.
the light on or turn the music on, or you could leave the light on if you want.
Uh-huh.
But I typically do darkness, no sound.
Oh, wow.
Turn off it. When you do it, you'll notice the difference because every day you're bombarded with your senses are bombarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you're in, it's like just a break, basically a break.
Nice
and then,
mental.
Exactly.
What else did you do for
Oh,
your birthday,
wow.
Ed?
That was it.
That was-
That was it.
When I
Yeah,
said-
we cut a cake when I got home. That was
When I
it.
said
That was-
you
that
were
was it,
having-
Ed?
When I said
Yeah.
you were having another session,
That's
I
all you
think
did for your
what
birthday, Ed?
Oh, wait.
That's it.
I feel like you might have did something else.
No, I wish.
You didn't
but,
do anything else for your birthday, Ed?
No,
Pleading the
no.
No,
fifth.
no
You sure?
tenants, no, no, look at Nick.
You
Nick,
sure
Nick,
that's all you did for your birthday?
That's it.
No,
He's good. He's good.
yeah.
He's good, Nick.
This guy Ed. You sure that's all you had for your birthday? That was it. That was all the activity you
No
did.
extra cake.
There was.
You sure? Hey, you sure? You sure that wasn't a pill?
Look at his face. He's
You sure that wasn't a pill that made you feel like you were in a float tank? Like,
So another day you didn't do anything else?
No. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nick took
oh,
me
look, Nick.
to.
Nick.
That's all you did for your birthday?
Nick took me out to the Clippers game. It was a
there you
blast.
go.
Watch the
Oh,
Knicks
nice.
play?
beat that ass.
Knicks?
Yeah.
Our Knicks, yeah.
Yeah.
We saw
Yeah.
it was his first time going to crypto
Crypto.
arena.
Yeah.
Oh,
Step
nice.
was he hasn't his
Guys,
first
the
game.
bench.
That's a good
I
one.
would've
The
pulled
Knicks
up. I root for
bench
anybody
was
against the
spanking the Clippers. It was a great game.
It was fun.
I would have
that's
for that. I'd have
good.
been rocking with y'all. Let's go,
Yeah.
Knicks.
We got blessed for some good seats. Shout outs to my plug, Mikey F. You know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
hit you,
man, it was-
I'm gonna hit
it
you
was
up soon
nice.
on Nick.
Yeah, man.
That's good.
Yeah, it was a great
Nick
game.
say you
What
on.
was the last
so-
basketball
was
game you went to
crowded.
before that?
Before that was the Garden, like maybe 7 years ago.
I stabbed him into
When
the
Melo
guard.
was
Oh,
there?
wow.
Yeah, it was like
Yo, and I was telling him, like, even if you're in the bleachers in the Clippers suites, like, you could still kind of see them. But,
Yeah.
like, at the Garden,
you can't.
when you far out, yo, it look like dots on the court.
Yeah, you
It's
can't.
really bad. Like, how small,
bad.
if
Yeah.
you really got, and you can't afford good seats. Like,
Yeah.
the seats where we were at,
to watch the Knicks.
there's probably like maybe $300-$400 seats. That might be like 5,000 in New York.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
so inflated. Like, you can't afford it. I go to Barclays to watch the Knicks play when I'm
When
in
they
New
play
York.
like the Nets.
Because
Wow.
Nets tickets. I mean, when
Yeah.
when I went to that
When they
game,
weren't good.
they were an okay team, but like even with KD,
yeah,
Harden, Kyrie, Ben Simmons, whoever,
yeah.
they're still not as expensive as a
Yeah.
Knicks ticket.
yeah, being at the
Wow.
Garden
This
is
is
Harden
different.
was doing giveaways for the playoffs last year. Do y'all remember that? He was on IG. He did
That's
a commercial
crazy.
talking about get tickets. They was doing because they don't
Dang.
fill up the arena like that.
Yeah, it gets expensive.
No,
Yeah, it
no,
is
but they just
expensive.
people don't come to
I'm
Barclays.
glad y'all
the
chose
same
the
way.
Clippers
The
games.
thing
You go to
also,
Lakers
too-
games is a different ball game.
Uh-huh.
Even
They
though
said
they
the Lakers Clippers
the
same
Garden
day.
has
Yeah.
a major train hub.
Yeah.
Oh,
right under
yeah.
it.
Barclays has a
I've
good
been
train
there,
hub too,
yeah.
though.
That's the FN. What's it? The FD and
Well, 34th Street is the 1, the 2, the ACE on 8th Avenue. Because remember, there's 8th
Yeah.
Avenue, 7th Avenue.
Come on, New
well,
York is
Barclays
out
only
there.
has that
No, Barclays has the RQMNBD. Remember, because it's all Atlantic
on the
Avenue.
other. It's on the other side though.
No, there's a train station, and you literally get out the train station, Ed, and you can walk right
New
to the
York
arena.
talk, y'all.
Oh, my bad. My
Yeah.
bad, guys.
New
It's
York.
very accessible. The Long Island Railroad too. It's all
Okay.
Atlantic Avenue, but whatchamacallit it. But yeah, Barclays is still easier to get a ticket. Like the Clippers. It's the
I
same
was saying
kind of
Clippers
thing.
are easier. Lakers, even though they suck, the franchise is so like held high. You gotta pay. You gotta pay for the
still,
tickets.
It's still,
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
supermarket value. But yeah, we have fun at the
Expensive.
Clippers game. Nick's got a nice
I was gonna
dub.
go. I wanted to watch
And
the
the arena
Warriors
was
play the
crowded.
Clippers.
Yeah, it was packed.
It was
And
packed.
They were leaving early too. We was
I'll
beating
go
that
to a
ass
Clipper
in the
game out
fourth
here.
quarter. It was
Oh,
leaving
Yeah,
early.
they fun.
No, but this Clippers team, they've been winning games. Ty Lue's been coaching them pretty well. They just shit the bed against us. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be one of them days. It's matchups. Sometimes you can't beat everybody.
Yeah.
And Ty Lue didn't want to put the starters back in. Once we kind of like really had that lead, they just you let it play out.
You gotta,
Good weekend for Ed. It's a good first birthday out here.
Nice.
Yeah, it
Go
was
ahead.
good. It was good.
was
I had a
good.
great time. Thank you for the invite and the tickets.
It's nothing, fam.
Oh yeah.
So that's all you did.
So
That's it.
That's all you did.
That's
I think there was some more. No.
There was some,
We'll plead the fifth for the rest of the information.
yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
All right, come on. Let's
Okay.
get some confessions, Ada.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay,
waiting on.
so I read this story. It says a Texas Airbnb host secretly filmed guests having sex.
Good for her.
He took more
For him.
than 2,000 photos of guests naked. He now faces 15 counts of invasive visual recording after police found over 2,100 images of naked guests
You better hope there
and
was no
guests
kids in there.
engaged in sexual intimacy. Now, his cabin was described as a quiet, discreet vacation home for guests. But as the guests found out, one of them found the camera in the bedroom disguised as a power adapter. And then that's when the police unraveled all the footage.
I would have caught
Dang.
that.
They found laptops, phones, a table linked to the hidden device. And the guests were suspicious when he said to them,
What did he say?
He probably ran
Nice
himself
tattoo,
me
huh?
up. So he was telling the guests, be comfortable. We don't care if you are in your PJs or nude. So would that make you suspicious?
I'd have
So
been like,
now
I'm
he's
not,
set
I'd have
to
been
go
like,
to
this old
court.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre motherfucker. Like,
I would have left right away.
yeah, like I can't even be here. Like he's like, when I
How many
kill
of
you,
his
when I
guests
kill
were
you, I need
black?
you partially
Creepy.
unclothed.
How many of his guests were black? You
I
know?
don't know.
I don't
It
think.
didn't. It was
Yeah,
in
so
Texas.
you gotta hope
if
but
there- if
I don't
there's-
know. I
if
mean, I
anybody-
can't even
Always our first thing to
imagine.
find out is like, well, who black was going like?
I don't think
Like,
anywhere.
What I want to know is there any kids? Because like if any kid pulls up and just changes their clothes and he has them on film,
He's going to jail.
oh yeah, he
Yeah.
getting-
Child pornography,
yeah, it's
right?
child
Yeah.
pornography.
It
yeah.
didn't say anything about the child
okay.
pornography. It just said the guest.
Each count
as
for
an
each person
adult,
too.
but-
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy. And child endangerment comes
Yeah.
along
I'm
with that
just
charge.
not that
Shit.
desperate to look at people do shit like that.
But now, does that
You don't
make
have-
you think when you go to an Airbnb,
let me
like,
think when I go anywhere.
Yeah.
you know,
I
like
just-
renting
listen,
an
it's-
Airbnb?
Listen, guys, it's
hotel?
real.
He's always watching.
Take it
Yeah.
from somebody. Take it from somebody that. Listen, when I was younger, I knew a lot of hackers. Okay. That I'm
I work
damn
with 'em.
near. I'm. Well, I'm not
You're-
going to get into that. but I knew a lot of hackers,
Okay.
and there used to be a thing on the
Cyber network.
dark web, the onion links. Guys, it's
The
crazy.
onion links.
Yeah, it is crazy. People pay for this stuff, like a lot
Wow.
of money. And this is why people take the risk, because you can get a lot of money for all of that shit.
Small as
Now,
shit.
why were you on the onion links?
Well,
the dark web?
I knew hackers because, I
Ed's
Hey,
a
I-
hacker.
Go on.
no, I'm not a hacker. No,
okay.
I'm not.
And
Not at
explore.
all.
Go on, Ed.
Explore.
I just
Go on,
know-
Ed.
We're just.
I just know a few, and and that's that's not the worst of it. The worst of
Sounds
it,
suspicious.
the worst of it is what you'd be concerned about. Understand that the worst of it gets funded by that kind of activity. So there's that kind of activity that ends up in the market, and then what ends up happening that finances other people to find other people that are looking for more terrible stuff.
That's
So,
insane.
Yeah. So
Wow.
if you're listening, just don't try not to get involved with this stuff, because it's
I'm not with that.
Yeah, the more harm all of it's harmful, but the less harmful stuff just leads to the more harmful stuff. I'll tell you guys that.
Do you think is it part of Illuminati?
No, these are
This ain't got
just
shit
sick
to do with
people.
that. No, it's
Yeah,
just
this
something
is
else?
just sick people.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm
okay.
sure some of
Yeah.
them can have their involvement. but,
Understand that there's a lot of you get one disturbed person, and they feel alone. They're gonna reach out to other. They're gonna try and
Disturbed.
find other disturbed people, and the dark web was
a community of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they the sad part is that sometimes disturbed people, they can get very, very smart, a little too smart. It's a little scary. So,
Now, how do you get to the dark web? Is it like an access? or?
just no. I mean, from what I was familiar, I don't know where they go now. I'm gonna
Okay.
assume. I'm not saying I know, but I think Telegram. Just be very careful on Telegram, because Telegram can get you down to that black hole. Yeah.
Interesting.
From my opinion,
I don't trust any of these apps can put you in
Yeah.
that
Like
position.
some of these apps.
yeah,
Okay.
Any of
for
them.
sure. Telegram, anything that disappears.
You
a
got to
message-
read the fine print.
Now would it also show like meeting locations, like people meeting up, or is it just all
No.
strictly internet type?
No, just internet stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just internet stuff. But on the other end, where these sick individuals pay for things, on the other end, they go the person that wants the money, they go in and figure it out and then record it. So just be very careful.
Sick.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just be careful, and of course, if you see anything, report it right away because these things develop into huge networks and
Money making business.
yeah, really terrible. I don't know any of these hackers anymore. This was long time ago.
Ed's gonna emphasize that.
This was long time ago. I don't know any names. I don't know anyone.
I'm not part of the hackers community.
No.
It's insane what some of these people can do. Like
The
how
hackers,
Yeah.
they get into people.
Yeah,
'Cause
Reminds me of
I
that
work
movie,
in
The
IT.
Hackers.
I can see
yeah. Just be careful, guys, with your passwords and everything. So just be real careful.
it kills
The
me at my
hackers.
job because like I'll go to people's like I'll be working. I don't be going into people's shit, but like I'll be like grabbing stuff and I have like the password under the like keyboard and shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, fam,
You gotta.
there's people in my department that could rearrange your life right now.
Yeah.
Like
Oh wow.
everything from bank accounts to life to anything you might have done, something
Yeah.
people did back in the day. Like people will find your shit. Yeah.
Dang.
Especially with
That's crazy.
the video networks, that stuff finances a lot of the more terrible
You got to be careful with these apps
Oh,
too, because
wow.
I forgot which app it was. It was a specific one that everybody was using, and if you didn't read the fine print, there was somewhere in the print that entitled you, if you said "I accept," to all your information. So they were able to hack you, quote unquote, legally because you said, "Oh yeah, I'm cool with them doing this," because you were just like, "Oh, fine print, accept."
Yeah.
Ah.
And people were like getting their pages like snatched. People were like, well, "What's up with my account? Like, why am I losing fund?" Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
That's
WeChat.
scary.
I don't know if anybody's familiar with WeChat. I don't have a problem with WeChat, but just be careful with WeChat because it's. I mean, you guys wouldn't get on it anyway.
We don't
Yeah.
need to chat.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah. I mean, I heard of it, but
Yeah, WeChat
yeah.
mostly Asians use it because
Yeah.
it's a Chinese-based company. But you will get hacked using that thing.
Has
from
anybody
China.
else been hacked?
The Chinese-
818-914-4087.
Yeah, if
you've
you've
been
been
hacked.
hacked, give us a call. Give us a
Right.
call. I know somebody in the room who's been hacked.
I
Stay
I
quiet.
remember
dude.
that.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys a crazy
Someone was
story
out when they
about
was trying to
this
give me
whole
money.
thing.
Okay.
So Nick got hacked, and
Straight blasted you.
let me tell you something. I went after this
I remember.
guy.
Yeah.
I went after. Oh my God.
Cuzzo was definitely,
Yeah.
he unleashed the beast.
Yeah.
Me.
I didn't do anything,
Right.
but I did go after this guy, and
He's good.
yeah.
How did you get hacked? Or, I mean,
happens.
We're gonna just say we took care of it. We took care of it though.
I knew
So he
something was
got
out.
hacked
I
and
knew
you
something was
figured
out. I
out
was like,
who
Nick,
it was?
Nick,
Yeah, I
Like, you
found
had
the
a
guy.
hacker.
And
I
what
found the
happened
guy, and I
Okay.
found him, and we took care of it.
Hey, you sound like Jeffrey in the New Bel Air.
he hacked a friend of mine, and then the friend of mine hits me from the page, but didn't have the. Everybody does it when your friends get hacked.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They hit you with the scammery talk. Eventually, you figure out, okay, you're doing
That's
some
not
You
them.
do
scamming,
some
right?
scam shit, yeah.
But the way she hit me when she asked for my info, I thought she was gonna maybe just hit me for shows because she was a comedy show producer.
Okay.
So I gave her my
Phone number,
email,
yeah.
and my the Cash App because that's how they did it. They used the Cash App.
Yeah.
Because if you get booked, sometimes they'll pay you through Cash App.
Yeah.
So I just thought, okay, look, she just needs my info. Let me give her my Cash App and my email. That was enough for the hacker to get into my shit and remove me from it in real time. Like I literally used the email, whatever. Then I closed my Instagram. When I opened back up, I had to sign in. I signed in, like remembering my passwords, and then
You should
when I
never have
closed
to
the tab
re-sign in.
again,
Yeah.
I was signed out and couldn't get back in my Instagram. Like it was
Oh,
that
wow.
fast
'Cause
because
when you
they took
sign
over
in-
from my account and from my Cash App's not linked to anything, but they
They knew how to figure it out.
they knew how to figure out from getting the email. And basically, and then it just snowballed after that, and they lock you out of your account. And I didn't have the two-step authentication set up, so it was really my shit is really basic. You just get in there, you could just change the password. You say,
Password
forgot my
and the phone
password,
number.
change the password, you're in. You don't have to go through any proto stuff. Like you don't have to use the phone number, whatever. 'cause
Yeah.
you already
Text message.
Just have it. And she got hacked, and the weird thing was about her was that like I asked her like there was a video on his page because this motherfucker named himself Legit Larry.
Legit
Well,
Larry.
shit
I remember
about
you were
Legit
pissed.
Larry.
Oh wow. Okay.
And there's a video of her. Like he has people who come on video and say, "Yo, I got $500. Shout out to Legit Larry."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And she's on
I know
video, but
somebody who did that.
she's not looking like
Yeah,
she's
she looks-
looking really stressed out and weary. And I'm like, "Yo, did you do this video for him?" And she never
She didn't
She
respond,
didn't
yeah.
respond. And I feel like that was like so
Wow.
embarrassing, I guess, for her because
Yeah.
she was stressed out. She never got into the account. Like I don't know what happened with her, but yeah.
You gotta watch it.
And I wasn't trying to laugh at her, but I texted her like, "Yo, did you really do like the video for Legit Larry?" Because he tried to do that to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do that motherfucking video. Like I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
But it took a week, about a week to get my shit back.
Yeah.
And I see, and other friends of mine have gotten hacked. The same thing. Like they just
Yeah, anytime
they
you
give
get
up that
kicked
cash
out,
app,
they
they
ask
give
you
up
to
that
put
one
your
piece of
information
info.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
It's over.
you gotta dead it
Out of the blue.
Wow.
Text your friends first and be like, "Yo, did you hit me with
Yeah.
this?" You know, and or you entertain the comment till they cough up the money. That they
Yeah.
say, "Oh, they need the money for such and such."
So
or
now-
my friend got $500 and they show you a picture or whatever to try to play you, but
Yeah.
you just gotta vet. You gotta vet that out.
So now then you got Ed involved.
Yeah.
Oh, Ed was the first
Okay.
person I hit because I was like, "Yo, this dude hacked my shit. He's calling himself Legit Larry, out here lying to people. You know, I need my shit back because this is Instagram." And this made me feel like, damn, I'm addicted to my social media because I felt like worthless without my
Yeah.
Instagram. And
I've seen him
Ed,
running the streets.
I gave Ed the WhatsApp because then he tried to hit me on WhatsApp, and then I was like, "Yo, give me my account back," and then he was like, "Pay me $500." I was like, "Man, fuck out of here, give me my account back," and he was like, "No, bitch ass nigga." I was like, "Oh." Like he was cussing me out on the WhatsApp.
I was
Yeah.
like, how about you meet me
You
in
did?
person?
Oh,
Yeah. You don't know but you don't know
Yeah.
who. It could be a woman. It could be whoever.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
know who's
Could be a
in
kid.
control of the
It could be a
the
kid.
say that.
Literally.
It could be a kid. They didn't get no money from me though, so
No.
Yeah.
I don't know what the purpose is of getting. But
They get some people.
They get some people.
Yeah,
They
they
get some
do.
people.
They get some people.
I know somebody that they did
I played
get
along
from
with
that.
somebody I knew I was getting scammed by.
Yeah.
They literally sent
I
me a check
always
for
do that too. I
$2,500.
play along with the text
Yeah.
message until
Until they.
They actually sent me a check in the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fake one.
They sent me a check for $2,500 talking about, so here, take this. You're gonna get $1,500. We need you to pay $1,500 out of using your name to our designer. I was like, oh, you need me to pay your designer? You guys can't do that?
For real.
They're like, well, we need it to be in your name because for whatever bullshit reason they gave me. I said, oh, for sure. Yeah, I got y'all. Yeah.
I love doing that.
I mean, messing with
Wow.
I got y'all.
But I
And
got- but
then
I
they
got-
tried to
I
get
got
fired. They tried to fire off on me though.
Dang.
They were like, no, you need to do this now or some shit's gonna happen. I said, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. Let it happen.
I'm ready for that shit.
I love to go. I get on the rabbit hole too. I love to entertain the
Yeah, it's
chat and
fun.
see how far you can
Uh-huh.
go. But that one time, the only reason why I got caught up was because she used to produce
thought it was-
shows.
yeah.
So I thought it was just she needed my
I don't
information.
trust nobody.
Yeah.
But it was just it was.
Anytime you get plopped out too and
Mm.
they ask you to put your information in again out of the blue,
yeah.
it's hard. They literally put like a dummy wall up. It's like, this is your
Yeah.
account. They put this
Yeah.
in front of you. You filling this out. Go straight to them. And
And
then,
then
Yeah. So always text your friends where you get suspicious and just make sure.
Or you can get Ed to handle it.
Or get my
Okay.
man Ed, 'cause
Yeah.
Ed figured out the guy, like, he tracked it pretty good. It was just a matter of I had to go through the Facebook
it's not
because
like me.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh,
Instagram.
okay, gotcha.
And then once I sent my thing in, I figured out the proper request because they kept just regurgitating the same information. Well, yeah, well, we need your such and such. I'm like, I can't do it because I don't have my account, dummies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they don't. These companies now don't try to give you customer service at all. They will just keep trying to send you information through emails and deal with it that way. But then I had to do a selfie video, a selfie. A name card with my name and shit like that, and I didn't look that good too, so it was like a bummy ass picture. But they want all that shit to prove that it's you, to verify that it's you.
To get your account.
Wow.
And then they let
Fuck
you
no.
Yeah.
set up the code and change the password.
Shout out-
or whatever.
shout
But
out
it
to-
takes a lot.
shout out to
It's
Ed.
effective because
Yeah. Good job, Ed.
Yeah.
Good job.
I found
Ed.
somebody one time. It wasn't even on no like virtual shit. They stole my phone at a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And I
Wow.
I overheard somebody talking, and I heard somebody slip up and say, "Is the name of whatchamacallit?" I said, "Oh, what was his name?" They're like, "Huh?" I was like, "It's all good. I'll figure it out." And I found him.
Yeah.
I went to his house. I didn't know. Yeah, I went to his house, and I was gonna pull up like on some
was
like.
it raining?
Huh? Hilarious. It actually wasn't raining, yeah. But I didn't go close to the house. I pulled up to the house thinking like, you know what, I'm going there. I'm like, hey, give me my phone, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I pulled up. There was mad niggas outside. I was like, you know,
Not today.
I was like, that nigga, he need that phone.
I'm gonna come back to you.
He need
Yeah.
that phone. I was like,
We need that.
You let it
phone.
go. You took that.
I take the L on that one. It ain't worth it.
Why you just come back another day?
I was in the area. Well, I mean, because I knew the area I was going to. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm from the area, so like I know people, but I was like, I was like,
No, not
it's
today.
not, yeah.
We're roughnecks.
And this is before like iPhones even were a thing. I was about to lose my life over a flip phone and shit. Like, yeah.
A flip phone.
It was like, the flip one with the little keypad on the
Yeah.
inside. Yeah.
Razor, Motorola Razor, or
It wasn't.
I like those phones.
Yeah, those are the days.
Oh man.
Those phones are actually way more durable than these new ones. But anyways, you could throw a flip phone in the water, hit the wall, and pick it up and call.
It still works.
Called China.
The walkie-talkie might even still work on it.
You know?
Oh, I forgot.
You
about
drop an
that, the little
iPhone,
walkie.
3 feet, crack.
Yeah, for real.
Little chirp. Do you want to get into the Throwback Thursday question?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why don't you go for it?
So I thought about this question
No,
only
I'll
because
tie
I
back.
watched that show, Worst Roommate Ever.
Oh, I can imagine what
Is
this question is.
Do you have any crazy roommate stories?
Crazy or
Yeah.
just bad?
I actually do.
You do?
But not from
Okay.
this group. This is when I was when I went to like a college
Make a
program.
discretion. We can't say no
Wait,
names.
hold on.
We don't know.
This is when I was in a college program and I was at Southampton and I stayed there for like 2 weeks. One of my boys was playing a prank on another one of our friends. So he went into his room, but he put like a slice of salami under his mattress, under the mattress when we first got there.
Bad juju.
And salami, when you put it under a mattress, it smells, it
Horrible.
progressively starts
Yeah.
to smell worse and worse. But it's just one slice. So you can never find it. You're just looking under the bed, but you
Yeah.
don't see that. You just think that, and salami has
I gotta get rid
The
of my
smell.
bed.
it has a smell that kind of lingers. You can't really pinpoint where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this 2 weeks, his room was just progressively smell worse and worse, like salami. And then when it was time to leave, he's pulling the sheets off the bed, and he pulls up the mattress, and the slice of salami was there the whole
Probably
time.
molded as fuck.
Oh, that's
So
sick.
that's like a craziest
That's
roommate
nasty.
story. Yeah, that was terrible. I was like, oh man, you didn't know the salami, because I hadn't been to the room because it stunk.
Yeah.
So
How
then
would
he
you
was
know-
like,
you was
but
like, I
my
never
thing is,
went in there.
How would you know to look for
Yeah,
salami?
like
though?
how would you
Yeah.
know?
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold up.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
Salami.
and he was
salami,
so
where's
pissed.
the
He was
pepperoni?
just like, this whole time he put
It was in the
salami under my
mattress, yeah.
bed. Yeah, under
Come
the
on.
Yeah,
mattress.
but wouldn't you know, like, if you walk by your bed, you're like, damn, it smells right here.
But
The
you're not
thing
sure
is that
about
once you
those,
first
like-
put it,
You start looking around,
the
but
thing is that once you first put it,
Uh-huh.
right? You
It's
smell
flat,
it
too.
sort of, but you think that, because you're visiting the room. So
Somebody
you
could be
Oh,
cooking.
okay.
Yeah, you could
Odor.
eat some food.
yeah, you
odor.
think that it's just the room, but the
Okay.
next day it gets a little stronger. But you're just thinking that's the smell from yesterday. But
Come
then
on, man.
as the week goes
It got
by,
worse.
it gets
Sherlock
worse and
Holmes.
worse.
Oh.
And then you realize that you were salamied. You
You're
salami.
salamied.
That sounds a major pause. But first of all,
Sounds like you're like when you get introed into something.
Yeah,
Like you're hazing.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
we salami this nigga, man. We got that
We
nigga.
got
man.
you, yeah.
Give it up.
Right. That sounds
Oh.
weird. You ate that?
I had this roommate. It was 3 of us. So she was taking like some type of medication or something.
Oh gosh.
And so one night she started banging on the other roommate's door and I could hear it and she was going crazy. And then the girl, I creeped through my door and I'm like, what's going on? She's like, you guys are smoking fucking weed. Like she was like going crazy. And the girl was like, no, nobody's smoking. Then
Yeah,
she
this
starts coming to my
schizophrenic room.
room and I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like locking the door and stuff. And then she starts banging on my door. So then I'm like, what? And then she's like, you're smoking in there. You're smoking weed. I'm calling the cops. Like she was freaking out on us. And then finally I opened my door. The other girl opened it and we both looked at each other like, what the like she went back to her room, took whatever she took, passed out. Then the next day it was like, hey guys. And it was like, I mean, I
nothing happened.
promised to God, and we both literally moved
She
out.
probably wanted some.
Like we both, no,
Right.
she was on
Yo, smoking
something.
weed.
She was on
Please.
something. So then that roommate, she moved out probably within like the next month, and then I moved out like a month later after that, because I was like, she
She's
started
crazy.
doing crazy stuff, and we were like, oh hell no.
You didn't see
So it was like-
schizophrenic on the interview?
It was like
She's probably schizophrenic.
Yeah.
she was something was yeah. It was like crazy. And then after watching that show, The Worst
Have you
Roommate
guys seen
Ever,
that
I
show,
was
The
like,
Worst Roommate Ever on Netflix?
I was like, yeah,
Well, I haven't seen
I'm
it.
happy
It
I
actually
got
is
out.
pretty it's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
It's
She
like
was
it's the
crazy.
top rated show on Netflix right now too.
Yeah.
It's a reality
She was
show.
crazy.
It's a documentary.
It's
These
based
are, like,
on real life,
stories.
real
like,
stories,
These really
yeah.
happened. Yeah.
So it was
Man,
crazy.
you'd be like, that person did that. Damn. Like,
yeah.
Oh shit.
I thought
She
my
was on
story. I thought I
something.
was upset because I had somebody steal from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh, wait,
I didn't
this
get my
was your
life
roommate?
handed to me. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Was that your roommate?
What's
your,
up?
your old roommate?
That's dope.
Oh,
Cause
I
you had
wouldn't
a
say
crazy
it
roommate,
wasn't
but-
my old roommate. My old roommate's brother was stealing from me at one point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the old one.
Shit.
It was food too, right?
Yeah, and it was
Or
more
it was
than
all
just
kinds
food.
of
It was
stuff?
food. It was clothes. And then what's funny is like if you live in the same house as somebody,
Mm-hmm.
don't say you don't have their stuff when they can just go get it.
Yeah.
Because I for sure went and got my stuff, and he had the nerve to tell me I didn't know it was there.
Oh my god! How convenient!
I
Yeah.
was just like,
How convenient!
what?
You didn't know.
and there was just certain like elements that didn't add up. Like, okay, this is a prime example. I made lunch. I worked a night shift. I get my lunch. I'm excited. Have my nap. Wake up. I had made some Jimmy Dean sausage. I like Jimmy Dean.
Yeah.
I had my Jimmy Dean sausage or whatever, and I go in there and my shit is gone.
Oh,
So I'm
you've
like,
been looking forward to this lunch.
Ooh,
I'm looking
Jimmy
forward to
Dean.
this lunch, and Jimmy Dean's is pork.
Uh-huh.
So I have two roommates in the house. They're from Denmark at the time, and they're Muslim.
Yeah.
So pork I already know is out of the equation for them.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him, and he over there laid on the couch, and I'm like,
Itis with the
"Hey, yo,
itis.
fam,
Yup.
He's laid out with the itis.
with the
sleep."
itis.
And I was like, "Hey, wake up! Just got a quick question for you." He's like,
Yeah.
No, I was like, "Wake up!" I was like, "Hey, bro, did you eat my food?" There was food in the refrigerator. I was like, "You already lying, fam."
Damn.
Yo, what kind of dumb
There was
shit
food.
He ate
out of
that.
He just wasn't.
There was food in the refrigerator.
And you think like I'm just making this up? It's like you're just not bright. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, bro, I was like, they Muslim. I was like, there's nobody else is here.
There was body
Our
wash
other
in the
roommate is
shower.
our other roommate is out of town. I'm like, nobody would have took this as you unless I slept walking, ate my own shit. Like, and he just
That's
kept,
the
and
worst.
he just stuck with the story.
You know,
like,
he could have been a
Dang.
klepto though. Like,
Yeah.
You
What's
know,
that? What's a
obsessive
klepto?
klepto.
Exactly.
They still.
Like they steal, they
Yeah.
take things,
Yeah,
and
realize
then
that they're taking things.
they know
They
they're
know.
taking it, but
They
they,
just
can't
know.
help
Yeah.
it.
Really? They
but
just,
see,
Yeah.
this is where it became a problem. So he took the food or whatever. So one day I'm like, bruh, I said, I'm gonna need you to like stop taking my stuff. I said, I found stuff in your little area.
That's a klepto.
And yeah, and I was like, I found stuff in the
Yeah.
area. It's mine. You need to stop going in my room. He said, I can't go in your room. Your door's locked. How the fuck you know my door locked?
good shit.
Busted, yo.
Shit, how the fuck you know my
Busted.
door locked?
Oh shit!
And that's what I knew because he replaced.
What he meant to
Wow.
say was, I would take more shit if you keep it
you
alive.
Yeah.
You
You
can't go in your
bullshit.
door. How do you know?
Because what's crazy is I had a pair
Because
of.
nobody would just go to your door. Nobody,
Yeah.
You just know. Like,
I had a
I'm gonna go to
pair.
this person's
I had a
room.
pair of white Air Max 90s that guy's taken out of my room. They were brand new. I had only worn them once, and I just kept them in the box. And I was like, they're gone. And I had blamed. We had a roommate that came in and then he moved out. I said, oh, he got his shit, stole it, and left. And I was like, ain't no way. I was like, it had to be you. And I'm like, and you ain't wearing these shit. Did you sell them?
Probably sold them.
He
Probably
must
didn't
have.
fit him.
Oh, he might be a crackhead. You know.
He might be.
He,
a
or he
was
just
too young.
needed money.
He was too
Yeah.
young
Or
for that,
something.
but
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
it just wasn't adding up. But that was the situation, yeah, where I was like, come on, man. And I ended up leaving the situation. It caused problems with me and the
The
other friend, yeah. But it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
How you
What
gonna
about
steal?
you?
I can share this. I'm not gonna say any names because I don't want anybody.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to say no
Okay,
names. 'cause,
yeah.
you know,
Any charges pressed on me, but I had a.
Go
ahead,
Charges.
Nick.
Go ahead, Nick.
I had roommates at one time in this.
Mhm.
So you know you have your roommate, little back and forth. So
Yeah.
you have one of those, and he fucking like, you know how you talking to your girl, she'll like smack her lips and shit while she talking to you.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's what he did to me, and I just lost it. Like, because like you know when you argue with a woman and they do all the women shit, you can't do anything. You
Yeah.
just gotta take it.
Yeah.
You gotta take all the hands in your face, neck rolling and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I just felt like he was talking to me like that. But I was like, this is a man. I could hit him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I said something to him and he like rolled his eyes and said, "Ah," and I lost it. I just like
I've been waiting to do this for years.
I got so lucky, bro. My brother that fights mixed martial arts, he's standing there. He comes out the room as we're arguing, cause he's like, oh, Nick's not gonna keep arguing with this nigga. Like either it's gonna go bad
Yeah.
or it's gonna let go.
Yeah.
So as soon as he comes out the room, I try to walk away and I hear the nigga with the. and I just turned around. And I just dove over the couch. I tried to, and my brother caught me like midair.
Oh.
He's a big ass dude. He's like 6'4", 320.
Yeah.
He catches me like midair and just like drags me out the apartment. And was like, bro, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, bro. Just leave him alone, bro. And I was like, bro, he's smacking his lips at me. I'm gonna kill him, bro. And that shit just drove me so crazy. Yeah, that's exactly. He rolled his eyes. I was like, yo, I'm about to kill this.
You just gonna roll your eyes at me?
I can never live with another grown man.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, wow.
You shouldn't have to have those kind of
Interaction.
You shouldn't have those interactions. Like, we supposed to be chilling. We grown. Like, if shit happens, you
Yeah.
know, talk it out, you know.
Dang.
I was very lucky
man.
because my roommate for at least 7 years after I graduated high school was my grandmother. So I was
Your grandma was stealing your shit.
anything she could constitute as crazy, it wouldn't matter because I'm not paying rent, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
So
If she was
Yes, I took your
she was
shoes.
taking care of me. Then I moved out to LA. I got lucky coming out here though, honestly, because I've heard the horror stories. I know some firsthand with my comedian friends and comics who live with each other, and I didn't move around too many spots before I got with my girl and stuff like that. So, but when I first moved out here, I stayed at a comedian's house, but he had a room. I rented the room with a friend. We were splitting a room just to save money. So. He was cool. We never had any big issues. I would say the weirdest thing he would do, he's one of the motherfuckers that really like talk in his sleep, but then like sometimes it can get worse. Like he can get up, he can start doing shit and not realize that what he's doing, like sleepwalk, like crazy sleepwalk.
Oh, yeah.
So it started getting
crazy.
bad like several nights in a row. And one night, he started just shouting shit out, rant. So then I get up to kind of just go to the kitchen because he was waking me up and getting on my nerves. And when I get up and I open the door to go to the kitchen, my comedian friend who's our landlord, whatever, quote unquote, this nigga almost hit me because he had a bat with him. And he was thinking somebody was trying to break into the house. Wow. He was like in the, I gotta protect my family. Because he had a kid, his wife.
Yeah.
So he's in, I gotta protect my phone. And I opened the door and he almost like fucking swung at me. And I was like, yo, what you doing? And he was like, yo, you heard something? Like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, yo, that's David's stupid ass. He be talking in his sleep.
Oh, you giving names, bro.
Whatever. I ain't say his own name. Okay. So it's David's stupid ass.
Damn.
So nothing happened crazy.
Yeah.
So then he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, this motherfucker be like talking loud as shit in his sleep. And then we just start laughing. And we just have like a laugh at the expense because he's like, yo, I thought somebody was breaking in the house. Yo, I was about to fucking go commando because, I had to, put my wife, think about my kids. I had to get in my zone. I had to get the bat. And he's like, I'm sorry, I almost hit you. I was like, don't worry about it. He just, we got to deal with him. So another night, David starts, after a while, I stopped not saying anything. David starts really like lifting, being up.
Yeah.
He started going like this, and I'm like, hey, shut the fuck up, nigga. And then he goes, oh, my bad.
No.
And I realized that's all I had to do was when he started, and then when he just would go off and start talking, I'm like, hey, shut that shit down. And then he would just like.
That was like his
He
get
was
out.
like,
Like,
he
he was
was
get
knocked
out.
out. Wow.
Yeah.
One time I finally was just like, hey, shut the fuck up, man. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then he just.
Whoa.
Wow.
So shut the fuck up was like his stop.
It was whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I got through to him, so I realized, okay, he just.
What to do, Cam?
He needed to talk to because before I was just kind of like trying to figure out what's going on with him, and I was just not saying nothing, but it got so annoying, and I almost got hit with a bat because of this nigga.
Yeah.
So
It ain't worth it when there's a bat involved.
yeah, but I had to give him that and it kind of like I guess hit his subconscious, and then he knocked out. So.
Whoa.
Dang, that was kind of
That's
crazy.
scary.
Dealing
Yeah.
with somebody like that, though.
But he's a cool guy. No
Yeah.
He's a cool guy
issues.
when he's awake.
Yeah, that's my guy to this day. Like we still cool. I haven't seen him in a couple years. He's back in New York.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tried to do the LA thing with me. He moved out here. We were roommates for like 8 months, and yeah, and that's the thing too. His hours were all over the place because he used to stay up all night. Like he does music as well, and his shout out to David Sean. I'm gonna give him his props. He's because he's a funny comedian, but he also does music and rap. So he used to stay up like all fucking night making like beats and shit and whatever like that. And so on nights when he was trying to sleep and he didn't have it, he was just like he's just
Jeez.
And it was
Wow.
like that's crazy. But I was lucky. I've never had to deal with like a roommate where it got like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
Stealing
dealt
or-
with stealing.
Stealing.
I feel like I had
Drugs.
to fight him. It was just I had to tell him to shut the fuck up because he almost got me hit with a bat.
Yeah.
By
That
my
joint
boy
be
Keith.
be killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you still like I get like people. I mean, people do shit like they steal. They do shit. But anytime you steal from like your peeps, You just what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Just no respect.
Yeah, there's no respect.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that.
But if he's a klepto, like,
Possibly.
you
yeah.
know, then
Kleptomaniac.
they do it.
They
Will's
can't.
not trying to
Yeah.
think about klepto when his
the
pork
shit
Joe
is-
sandwich
When
sausage
when
is
his
missing.
yeah,
I'm not worried about
his Jimmy
that.
Dean.
That Jimmy Dean was finally cooked.
You know what's fucked up? Should I say this on here?
What?
This is a long time ago.
Okay.
Statute of limitations
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I stole a Rolex, right?
from
Uh-huh.
your brother.
Allegedly, y'all.
No,
Okay.
I
Uh-huh.
just came up. Found
Okay. Oh, okay. Never mind.
I caught a lick. I caught a lick, you guys.
Hey, I
caught
was
a lick.
trying. Never mind.
I meant to break
Hey,
the law.
never mind. Okay.
This is how fucked up life is. So I realized in my life pattern, like my karma, if you want to call it karma, my shit come back tonight. Like my
Right.
shit's not gonna wait for next week. I'm gonna get my shit immediately. So as soon
Yeah.
as I stole the shit, I literally left where I was at, put it in my car, and I was going to pick my homie up, and I'm like, this nigga's a klepto. I
Yeah.
don't want to rock no flashy shit around him.
Right,
So I
right,
put it-
right.
I tuck it in my shit, like in my car. Like you had to be digging through my shit. I think I get out the car, go pick something up, drop this nigga off. Late that night, I'm like, oh shit, I got the watch. I go to my
It was
car,
already
that
gone.
shit's gone.
Oh, it's already gone.
Yeah, got it.
Kleptos are fast.
He's
Oh, he still wanted
That's
to
funny.
Yeah.
Now I'm in a situation like, damn, I could call this motherfucker and really lose it, but I stole the motherfucker too. So like,
Yeah.
can I get
Oh,
mad that
yeah.
I stole it? And
Hey, bruh,
yeah,
They're
you
fast
stealing my
too.
steals.
Still
Yeah,
don't
they're
steal.
fast.
They're
motherfucker
fast.
stole my stolen watch, man. I was hot.
You sure it was him?
Had to be.
I
Listen,
didn't go
kleptos
anywhere
up.
else, bro. I got the watch. I went and picked this nigga up. I went and got some weed and shit.
And when you went in the weed, he was in
Yeah.
the
Him
car.
off. Went home. That was
When
it.
you was in the weed, getting the weed, he was in the car.
Yeah.
That's the only time I wasn't away from the motherfucker. But it was no longer than like a few minutes.
People just can't help
He
it.
just dug
You're
through
a
that
klepto,
shit.
you literally just can't help
He
it.
went to
They're
see
fast.
what was in it. Yeah.
Like I was just like, how do you know I had the watch?
You know,
Like, I
kleptos
didn't
can
even
smell.
have it.
I set up
Really?
traps.
And
for
they go
kleptos.
through
I
stuff too.
set up
Yeah.
traps.
Like, I mean, I did that. I dated this guy
set
one
traps.
time, and he was a klepto. Well, I found out afterwards, cause like, all of a sudden I'm like,
You stole your
"Dang,
New Kids on the Block
why is
tickets.
it? I would have lost it. No, he stole some stuff out my purse, and I thought,
Wow. Oh.
I was like, wait a
Disgusting.
second. Wait, I know I wasn't drinking like that much. So then the next time I thought, okay, let me test it out to see. So I put like $10 just to see. And guess what? It was him.
Damn,
it
you
was
tested him.
definitely him.
When they failed that test, it's
I
heartbreaking.
was like, man, he went
It
through
is.
that. I was like, dang, you're a klepto.
Can
dude.
I ask you a personal question?
What's up?
Had you guys been intimate?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was gonna say.
So yeah, no.
It wasn't good enough to say,
No.
damn, I gotta let this go because
Yeah,
you had to
it
wait
would.
nothing.
Yeah, that would.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
no.
Like, you just
Well,
you
you
guys
guys
like,
weren't
yeah,
I would've
intimate,
been
and he
like,
was
uh,
comfortable enough to go in your purse.
Yeah, and
That's
I was
crazy.
like, and this is how I knew it was like I would go to the restroom, then I came back, and I was like, I'd look, and then I opened it up, and I looked later, and I'm like, yup,
It's
he
already
like
gone.
unzipped it, everything. Nothing ever happened, so he lost out for being a klepto.
that's
Gee.
wild. Anybody got any kleptos in your life?
Yeah,
Call in
That's
818-914-4087. Tell us your klepto story.
and they be fast too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, crackhead speed on the steals.
You ever had a female you were dating steal from you?
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
that's a good one.
I hear
Any
about
female?
men stealing from women all the time, but I really hear about women stealing from men.
I feel like they do a class. They would have.
Yeah.
They would probably be classy about it.
Nah,
like
nobody ever came up on me. I ain't really. I'm not liquid material.
Yeah,
I had a female.
like you would know.
I get overs. I don't be getting got.
I had a
Right.
female friend that she wouldn't steal from me, but she was
So
just a
these
thief in
niggas pay with
general.
shoes.
But I never dated her or anything.
Right.
But she was a thief.
Yo, this girl stole my shacks.
Yeah.
You know,
How do you know she was a thief? Like she would just tell you?
because she wasn't. She didn't hide it. Like she would go to the store and put things in her. She said, "I'm not paying for this," and she would put. And she would put it in
Oh,
her sleeve.
okay.
I'm like, you ain't about to incriminate me. You better do that shit when I'm not
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I
Like,
just walk away. You know, I said, "You're not checking out with me. You know, I'm gonna check out on one desk. You can go check out. Do it." Yeah.
I never, man. I don't know
Wow.
what it is. Maybe it's the karma or just the way of the world. I just never thought to steal anything.
Yeah. I know.
There was one time, like in my mind, I was like, I thought this was me getting away with something, and I got my ass whooped. But you know how like you go to like candy shops and you can open it up and grab the little tongs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I would go in there and I would like take a handful and just put it on the ground, like and look around and be like, oh, I'm gonna go throw this away.
Ah.
And I would take it and I would like put it in my jacket and I would just kind of walk. And then one day we were walking out to the car and my mom was like, "What you doing?" I was like, "What?" And she hit me and she shook and like all these fucking like
Candies?
candies came out. My mom was like, "Oh, okay."
And you got the
We used to steal from the
Dang.
bodega a little bit. when I
Yeah,
was
but that's
a
the
kid.
only time I think I
Yeah?
can ever say I gone into a store and I was like, I'm gonna do something,
Yeah, a couple of times.
and I immediately stopped.
No, I've never.
I never got into stealing
It's
like
still
that.
not my
though.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's not like it's a bad, it's a deadly
Yeah.
sin. Like it's just like so many
Yeah.
reasons not to steal.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
It's just not worth it. Like I think too, I've had the opportunity where like you'd be
Those
around
world.
some famous people or whatever, and like it's a risk for them to let people who they might not know that well or who have less than them around because people they'll see it as a comeuppance. But I'm lucky enough that I've always like warranted the trust. Like I just
Yeah.
kind of have that vibe where I give up, and I never wanted to break that either because it's
You
just
don't
like
wanna break
to
it.
shatter somebody's image of you and think that like I can't have this person around because I don't know what their motives are. So I just outside of some kid shit,
I've never done that.
I've never
People
stolen.
drop money. I've seen it happen. Like, I
Yeah.
give people their shit back. Like if people leave stuff at my house, I'm like, hey, bro, this you.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
like
too
it's
bad.
just not worth it. And it could be a lot of like they'll never know about it, but you're like, nah, I gotta let them know. Like,
Yeah.
Like you left it or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I learned my lesson as a child from my
Yeah.
mother. I begged her for this chalk, like those colored chalks for your board, and she kept telling me no, no. So my sense, I opened it, and I pulled one out, and I took it, and as soon as I got home, I'm all doo-doo-doo. And then she was like, "You stole that? Get over here!" And then she took me back to the store, and was like,
Not
"My
back to the
child
store.
stole."
Oh,
And
see,
I got whooped,
somebody said
grounded,
they
everything.
Stole a book from Costco.
And it was just one chalk, and I learned from
Good for
then,
you.
like, you ain't never gonna steal and embarrass your mom again.
book was
so, thanks, Mom, for the lesson.
She going to jail
Giving her
for
mom
it.
a
For
shout.
one chalk.
Good parenting.
It was a
Yeah,
pop-up
that was
book?
good parenting.
That's crazy.
yeah,
That's wild.
never again.
Yeah, don't steal people. It ain't
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
On any level, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Even if you come up that day, it ain't worth it.
Karma.
Because you're going to come down eventually.
Yeah, and it's true. And if I think all of us here, we know somebody
What's up, mama?
successful or have successful friends.
Right.
When you find when they if they get stolen from or whatever like that, like it's a very big change. Like they really like have to treat people different. And
They
you
do.
You feel it because
And you
Oh,
don't want
yeah.
and you don't want that to be you.
you don't want yeah.
No.
So
Especially if you're tight with a person. Like,
yeah, because then you have to be so guarded. It's just like you just don't. It's like how can you ever really enjoy company because you just have to worry about somebody gonna just try and get me. So,
exactly.
for sure.
Because you already got
Yeah.
people like hands out for you. Like, I rob him on sight if I see him, all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone getting stuff stolen from your own people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's not good.
It's not a good look.
So we're going into Nick's What's Good?
We went through it.
We
That-
Oh,
talked
that
about
was it?
Batman.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were
We
gonna
didn't
talk
get
about
into the
somebody
pig
else.
heart.
I
Yeah.
said, well,
Yeah.
I was going to do Batman, but
Oh,
then
okay,
y'all
never
was
mind.
just bringing it up, so I was like, well, then we might as well just talk about
Alright.
it. Yeah.
I
Well, yeah,
thought
Batman was
maybe
just,
you had
Batman
another
was just
show
a
to
hot
talk
topic.
about.
I mean,
I mean,
there's other shows out there
well,
we can bring up. Yeah.
but the Batman was the
But
only thing
if
new
not-
that I saw.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I finished the Kanye documentary. That's pretty good.
I
if you
finished
guys
that
wanna
too.
watch
That's what
that.
I
I
was
didn't
gonna
finish
talk
that
about.
one.
I have a really good show for you guys.
Uh-huh. Go
It's
ahead.
called Winning Time.
Okay.
Oh,
I watched
oh,
Lakers.
really?
All right, bet, I
Okay.
get into that.
HBO.
I might have to watch
I ain't
that.
watching
So,
it.
Okay.
Winning Time on HBO. It's a sensationalized telling
Don't
of
tell us the whole story.
I'm giving you the plot.
Okay.
It's a sensationalized show around the events of the Showtime Lakers. How Jerry Buss bought the team when they integrated Magic, and just where the Lakers and the NBA was at the time. So it's just about like the journey. It's told in a few different characters, but mainly prioritized around Jerry Buss, Dr. Jerry Buss, who was the owner and the family name that still owns the Lakers to this day, the Buss family. Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jerry West, a legendary Laker who was a general manager at the time, and it's just chronicling how the league was about to change because of the Showtime Lakers. Because when you look up in history, it is an absolute fact that Magic's presence and how the Lakers changes an organization into the 80s is a big reason of why the league stayed afloat, why they became such a cash cow and such a marketable franchise that they are today. They were already historically great because of the Minneapolis years somewhat, and then the Jerry West, Elgin Baylor time, and when they they only got a couple chips, but mainly their rivalry with Boston. But they didn't become like. Well, they were already a staple, but they went to another level because of the Showtime Lakers. It's produced by Adam McKay, very popular comedy writer who works with
okay.
Will Ferrell a lot, dating back to SNL, but he's done more like different kinds of projects in the last couple of years. He's more into drama. It's like a dramedy kind of space.
Yeah.
And it's got man, it's really cool. Now, it's not historically accurate. Like there's some events that are, you know, fabricated for the sake of the comedy in the show or for the extremeness of the show, but it's mostly on real people, and none of the Lakers or people who are talked about in the show are involved. And apparently they're not big fans of it either. Like Jeannie Buss told she's doing her own version. She's producing something else about the Lakers. Magic had no creative involvement with the show. They didn't really vet through anybody. It's based off a book called The Showtime Lakers. But they couldn't call it Showtime because of the brand Showtime.
Makes a good story.
So it's called Winning. Is it
a few
Winning Time.
episodes or is it like a limited?
No, the pilot came out on HBO.
The pilot
so
came
it's,
out,
okay.
It's 10 episodes every Sunday nights. It's replacing Euphoria's slot time.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a fun pilot though. Like it's got some drama, it's got some comedy in there, and like you're gonna see girls, cocaine, Hollywood shit. You know, because the pilot starts around
Casual.
the season when they're getting ready to draft Magic, or possibly when they're getting ready to draft Magic, and when he also buys the team. And how he got the team. He put up his stuff as collateral. Like, he really didn't have the money to outright buy the team. He had to put up, like, a bunch of shit just to get the rights to own the Lakers. He had his wife who divorced him.
They show all this on the show?
Huh?
They show all this on the show?
Yeah.
They show all this?
So y'all tell them to show then.
It doesn't matter. This already happened. It's real life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's not like...
I didn't know
I
it.
thought it was pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I
It was
thought how
good?
It showed, like you said, it's not 100% accurate or anything, but it's interesting to
believe
see
it would
how the Lakers were so involved with everything that was happening in that time, even outside of sports.
okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
Dr.
Yeah.
Buss, he was in the real estate at the time, so like almost everything that was affected by the Lakers' transition
Ascendance,
into a
yeah.
star franchise. So it's pretty dope.
The league was really different in '79. Like, people just have to really understand. Like, at that time, they were thinking the league might go down in 5 years because the drugs was so heavy at that time during the '70s. Ratings were really down. They weren't even live games at the time. It used to be on tape delay, and all of that changed when Magic and Bird's presence came into the league, and the rivalry and the excitement that they brought to the game. And
Those two were
Who's
like,
playing Dr. Buss?
John C. Riley. Shout out to John C. Riley. He's a
amazing.
great actor. He works for Adam McKay a lot. He's holding him down. And
Jerry West character. I've heard stories about Jerry West being an asshole.
yeah, right. They portray him as like a super angry guy, which is somewhat true. Jerry West was known as one of the greatest competitors ever.
Yeah.
He's the logo.
He's the logo of the NBA.
Logo of the NBA, actually. But yeah, he was, because here's the thing, right? His whole career, he played 14 seasons. I think he made it to the finals 12 times. He only won one title. He lost to the Celtics like 8 times. 6 times in a row. 8 times. He's the only
Hard to
player.
beat Bill Russell.
He's the only player to ever win the Finals MVP when they lost in a series, which was a loss to the.
That was so amazing how they emphasized that on the character.
Yeah.
You killed, you just couldn't win.
Him being the greatest
But I miss
baseball
OG.
of all
I
time.
mean, we just podcasting it up, have a convo.
About everything. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, it haunts him, and because he feels like Buss just treats this as something fun, but he's so serious about basketball. Like, he lives and breathes it, and it's like, you don't got to live with none of these nightmares.
Yeah.
It's just whatever to you. It's just a business to you. But this is my life.
Wow.
But he's going to be an important character on the show because I guess the alleged the story was that he wasn't a big fan of Magic's game. He didn't think Magic could be a point guard.
That shit was funny.
Yeah,
He
facts.
said he was too tall.
Yeah.
Ain't no height on it.
Oh,
There was no
wow.
6'9"
What can you
point guards
do?
at the time
What's your
before,
skill set?
because now
Yeah.
we have big point guards and it's normal, but Magic was really a first
That
of
is
its
one of the
kind.
first though. 6'9", be
Yeah.
able to pass the ball
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
Because usually at that height, usually like a power forward or
Yeah, he
you know,
usually forward or a big man.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, you could,
6'9".
center.
Will Reed was
6'9".
6'9", he was a Ben
So
Wallace.
it's entertaining, it's fun, and you should definitely, if you want to just watch something
William
different
Miller,
and
hilarious.
these events somewhat happened. It's a fun show. They got 10 episodes. And they're gonna probably breeze through. Like, it's not gonna be like they're gonna stay in that same year. They might like shoot up like a year or two. It's gonna just probably take you to the 80s.
It's all red too.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's gonna. Yeah, it's a limited series, right? It's not gonna be like multiple seasons. It's just one.
Right.
Yeah, so you're gonna get 10,
Hopefully.
and it's hour long. So they're gonna just kind of breeze through that decade.
And they're doing that once a
Hour?
week.
Okay.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
Sunday.
nice.
Sundays at I think at 9.
I
8,
like
9.
that. I
Okay.
like that.
Yeah,
Fun to check it out.
winning time. Yeah.
No, I meant to start that the other day. I saw it on there. I was chilling. The fiance did. No, I wanted to watch it. The fiance was like, "Well, I want to watch something else." So I had to do what the fiance said.
Yeah.
And
She like,
yeah, I wanted to do winning time. She wanted to lose, so I don't.
She just wanna lose.
Yeah, shout out to the young actor who plays Magic.
I thought that was
okay.
a difficult character to kind of pull off.
It is. It probably was.
But he does a good. Other than they didn't really use too much of the lingo they used in the 70s.
Yeah.
That kind of threw me off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
because you gotta have that, you know, little
wasn't much jive, turkey,
yeah.
I grew up watching 70s movies and shit.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
know,
all
but
the,
You know.
other than
black
that, I
exploitation
thought he was
films.
great. I
Like-
liked the character, Magic Johnson, so
Yeah, and then they have Kareem in there, and they had a guy who played Norm Nixon.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
they
Norm
showed the other
Nixon,
side
I
of
forgot
Kareem.
about
I
him.
also heard Kareem was an asshole back in the
Yeah,
day.
he wasn't
I
the most
believe-
prized
Wow.
player.
I believe
He
it.
was the biggest dick of all time
Yeah.
in NBA. He didn't like kids. He didn't like nobody.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Wow.
Shout out to that brother.
He was too tall for people.
Yeah.
That out. Check that one out.
That was just his reason. I'm just making up. I'm just starting shit. I'm 7 foot. I'm too tall for people.
Yeah, there we go. That's a what's good.
Okay.
Thanks for reminding
What's
me
up?
about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna touch
check
it.
it
I
out.
didn't know if you guys had got into it. Me and you guys spoke about it. Did anybody check out Bel Air at all?
No, not yet.
I don't have the subscription, so
No,
I'm
not
watching
yet.
pilot.
Okay.
I haven't started it
Is
yet.
it getting better?
Actually, like I said, I like it, but I said you have to distance yourself from the sitcom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta
we do
watch
that
with
going
fresh
on.
I
eyes.
think
I'm gonna
episode
have to
7
check
just
that
came
out.
out yesterday.
Yeah, I saw.
It's on Hulu, right?
It's
No,
on Peacock.
Peacock.
Yeah.
That's the NBC.
Oh.
subscription
Jump,
service,
yep.
Universal subscription service.
Yeah, I got my.
I saw they brought back some of the veteran actresses from the original show. They brought back the light skin on Viv and the actress who played Will's mom on the show.
Oh, that must be.
They
that must
have
be,
them
that
in
must
there
have just
in
came
some
in the
kind of
last
role.
episode.
Okay,
Because
maybe that
I
was the
haven't
most
seen them
recent
yet.
one.
Yeah. He know about it. He ain't watched it.
I know, I'm
It's-
like,
they'll
I'm
be
just
like,
saying
all
because
right.
I was like,
Previews
yeah,
and
I
stuff,
didn't see that,
they
but I
show
believe
previews
it. I believe it. They should
Yeah.
have. I mean, why not give them cameos?
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Not cameos. They're probably giving them
A guest star.
guest star.
Guest star because they're not like obviously regulars. It's episode 7.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Little
Is
guest
it getting
role.
better? Or is it getting
He's the only one that watched this. So.
I watch. I mean, like I said, it's good. Like I'm in tune. Like I want to keep watching it. Like there's some shows where I watch. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can move on. I'm actually like, okay, I can rock with this. I mean, it's so different though.
Yeah.
That's what's killing me. That's why I was
Gotta watch
curious
it
to
like
know what you
fresh
guys.
eyes.
Yeah,
I've been on Snowfall, so
How's Snowfall?
I need to get back to Snowfall.
Man, it's
I fell
good.
off second season.
It's
I
getting
haven't
pretty
watched
intense.
since late season 1.
That's where
I missed out on a lot of Snowfall.
I think I was starting
Snowfall.
season 2.
It's
first
one of the
episode.
highest. I think it's one of the, if not the highest rated show on FX right now.
yeah, it's
Wow.
it's getting pretty
It's a beast.
intense.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah, one of the
I'm gonna go back and
agents
watch it.
came back, so
Oh, we don't know.
yeah.
Y'all
yeah.
watch SWAT at all?
SWAT?
SWAT with Shamar Moore.
No.
No,
I actually like
watched
that show.
I think I
Yeah.
watched a couple episodes.
fuck with
That
it.
was
I remember the movie with Samuel Jackson and LL Cool J.
Oh yeah, I seen that. the
Oh
movie.
yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good
That
movie.
was a decent one.
I
Yeah.
like the show and they
Yeah.
shot here, so you know me. I'm plotting. I'm like, let me get on that show.
Trying
I'm
to SWAT.
gonna get on SWAT.
Yeah, let me
I
get
had a
up in
couple
there.
boys that were on the show. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get on there. Yeah, you think I'm
SWAT,
playing?
if you're listening, Will wants an audition.
It
Yeah.
could be
It's
a
funny as
cab
shit.
Get him
driver
there.
or
Somebody
whatever.
should hit me up
I'm in there.
on Facebook, Instagram.
Get you in there.
Yeah, that I met on Clubhouse. When Clubhouse was, I mean, I guess Clubhouse is
Clubhouse.
still going down.
Yeah, it's
I
still-
just don't
it's
get on it
still
no
going
more.
on.
It's still going on, people?
Yeah.
People still
I
go
haven't
on.
gone-
My
I haven't
mom hit
checked
me
it
up the other
out.
day. Was like, "Yo, I was on Clubhouse." It's like, "You got a Clubhouse?" I said, "You of all people, like you like listening to people. You probably wasted your whole day, like,
Yeah.
or week."
In that chat room.
Yeah.
That's why I got off it. I was like, "Yo, I've been on this bitch for 7 hours. Why?" That's what I had to tell myself. Why?
Yeah.
I've
I
never
It
been
takes a
on.
long- it
I
takes
was
a long
gonna
time.
go on, but I got an invite. You know,
People
I guess
fall
at,
asleep in there.
at
It
the
was
time.
they had good conversations. They still
Yeah.
might. It just doesn't have the same lore because at
Yeah.
that time it was just lockdown. We
It
were
was
still
new.
all
So it was
inside.
something good. Yeah.
It was new, and you could actually get in chat rooms with like celebrities and stuff and listen
Start
to their
asking
stuff.
and questions.
They were
and
having
stuff,
listening
yeah.
parties with stuff like,
Yeah.
you like my new shit. I'm like, oh, I'm listening. Who was I in there? It was Keisha Cole and like Tory Lanez or some people in there having convo. Like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. Like,
Now I'm like, I don't got time for that.
yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
I
so
don't want to hear about no more zodiac signs on Clubhouse. Like,
No more stock information. No more.
I
Yeah.
listened to 3 hours of astrology that I didn't need. I don't even know why I was invested. I was just
Never
still
get no
there.
hours back.
You was just sitting
you're
down
like,
listening.
I know.
Oh
that's
no,
what
no,
I'm
excuse me.
like,
I was
wait a
at work.
second.
I was at work at
I
night.
just had
yeah,
that.
so I was just like, I had it in
That's
my
some
ear, and I
time.
was just like, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
I didn't know my people did that. Virgos is wild.
I would have tried it,
That's
but
funny.
I had an Android at the
Uh-huh.
time, and it wouldn't let
Oh,
my.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
for a while,
yeah.
They were being very phony.
Yeah.
The Android.
you had to
They
get
only
the
wanted
You
app.
got to get the
iPhones.
Illuminati phone from.
Yeah. you did- yeah.
You can't join the
It was
membership.
letting you in.
Membership has its privileges.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
But yeah,
So let's get into the update. I just
Yeah,
want to give you
quick
guys a
little
quick
update.
yeah. So the man who received the genetically modified pig heart in the groundbreaking transplant surgery, unfortunately he passed away. But he had terminal heart disease and received the transplant on January 7th to at least have an additional 2 months. He knew it was a shot in the dark. It was either die or do the transplant. And it was his last choice, so he took it. But he also was able to spend more time with his family, watch the Super Bowl, get some of his energy back that he had lost, be with his dog Lucky before he passed away.
Well, he didn't get a lot of energy. He was
Yeah,
only around for 2 months. Jeez.
Yeah, but he got some energy. But
I'm laughing at something else, y'all. I'm not
I
laughing at this
mean,
man.
it was like a choice. Like,
Yeah. Would you guys do
No.
it? Would you guys?
I probably would do it.
If they said I have a chance
Yeah.
to live longer and I knew this is it,
Uh-huh.
I'd give it a roll. I mean, I got nothing to lose.
Probably,
Yeah.
One thing that sucks about it though is like if it wasn't funded, do like my parents get the debt after I die in 2 months? Like, how does that work?
Oh,
Oh,
wasn't it covered by medical insurance?
I don't know.
Was it? 'Cause
I
I'm saying, 'cause
imagine
you know,
it
'cause
probably
sometimes
was.
these things be costing money.
No, so then I
It
wouldn't
was a
take it.
groundbreaking transplant, so I imagine it had to have been covered.
Oh.
So
You know what I
this- so
mean?
this
Like
was
it
an
was like their
experiment.
first. Like this was the first. Yeah.
Risky.
They try to pull
Yeah.
that shit, man.
I don't think you have to pay it though if
I
it
get
doesn't
nervous with
work,
that 'cause,
right?
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right?
I mean, what do you do?
How are you
Well,
gonna
they try to
bill?
test
How do you
bill
do?
how are you
That's
gonna
not
bill
how
for a
surgeries
procedure
work.
that doesn't work?
You can't,
Yeah.
you can't pay when it's good and no pay if it's bad.
It
Yeah.
didn't
True.
work.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's true. I never thought.
So
about
when it
that.
goes
Risk.
into collections, you say, "What do you say? What do they say?" They
Yeah.
say, "Well, we did a heart transplant for him with a pig's heart," and then when it
What
goes
can
into
we collect?
collections, well, he's dead. So obviously it didn't work. so
What do we collect?
So how-
Yeah.
how is it a valid?
Deposit.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm not paying it because you're not supposed to have pets in the building anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
But it's interesting to see now that just to even have a genetically modified pig heart transplant,
first of all,
like
it's
all
it's
the stuff
genetically
that's
modified.
changed, like just the way
Yeah.
that stuff
Doesn't
is
sound like the
changing.
move.
Well,
Like if this happened 10 years ago or 20 years
Yeah.
ago, he would have been, that's
Yeah.
it. He
Yeah.
wouldn't have even had an opportunity. So, but
I mean, props up to science.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, you're talking about genetically modified pig hearts. They don't even want to see genetically modified food.
yeah, for real.
So
Yeah, that's true.
that's insane. And on that note,
Yeah.
we're going to
got
go ahead
more?
and Johnny rock it up out of here. But first off, we can go around the room and get everybody's names, contacts, where you can find them, where you can find their roommates, whose roommate was stealing from them.
Yeah.
We'll start with the lady to my left.
What's up, y'all? Catch me at A. Laughs. Check me out there and here and everywhere.
And everywhere. She be at your daddy's house.
Yeah.
Right? She said, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Ain't no going back. You told the truth. The truth came out
Yeah.
first.
So I'm off cam ed. I'm on all social media off cam ed. That's OFFCAMED, and that's Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
If you're hacking, he'll find you.
He'll,
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I sure will.
Okay, my guy over
Hey,
here.
what's up, y'all? This is Nick Alexander here. You guys can follow me at Nick of Comedy, NICKOFCOMEDY. Tomorrow night, I'm performing at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood at 10 o'clock. So if you guys want to come check me out live. And big announcement. So I am for Women's History Month. We closing out the month with a show at the Hollywood Improv. I will be hosting an all-female centered comedy lineup.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
March 28th, 8 o'clock Monday night in the lab at the Hollywood Improv. So I just got the ticket information today. I'm gonna have a flyer posted up soon on my socials, but it's already. You can get a ticket on the link in my bio if you want to just grab prematurely. But yeah, I have an all-female
Ooh.
dope comedy lineup taking the stage. I'm gonna be hosting, and yeah, I saw that there hadn't been that many. Women-centric shows, and I know this month is important. Yesterday we just celebrated International Women's Day, so I
Right.
felt like what, if I could do something to kind of help the women in my field, let me do that. So I'm hosting
Absolutely.
Hollywood Improv in the lab Monday, March 28th, 8 p.m. All female lineup. The Ladies Get Laughs comedy show. So
Ooh.
follow me at Nick of Comedy, and yeah, for more
I'm
information.
gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna
Nice.
check that
That's
out.
That'd
That's the
be
next
a
big
great
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. My name is William, but first and foremost, before I give my info, I want to give a shout out to Brown Sugar Bourbon. Keeping us right, keeping us lit. It can keep you lit too. Just go on ahead and get yourself a bottle.
Oh, lit.
And there's that. Shout out to Rollout Digital. Shout out to the No Name Podcast. If you guys don't follow it, follow the No Name Podcast on Instagram and our other platforms. Follow us. We're trying to get our names out there. No point intended. But my name is William Basham. You can find me on my social media, Instagram, it's William Basham. Everything else, William Basham, unless it's my fitness page, William Basham Fitness. Just add fitness on the end of that. And that's pretty much us. We are the No Name Podcast, where no name can describe any of this greatness. And we are out.
Peace.
Hey.